I'm getting fresh air right now because I just farted. Let's go. Classic me. Anyway, I've got some news to talk about, and this is why I'm afraid to go to sleep at night, bro. Because there is so many fear-mongering news that I've just come across just this second when I thought, oh, let me do a reaction stream tonight. Yeah, there's some fear-mongering news, so let's talk about it. Asian hornet likely to have become established in UK, says expert. And yeah, they've been finding these Asian hornets apparently in the Isles of Men or Man or whatever. It's basically an island that's in the UK, and they are saying that they've made their way into Lincolnshire and they're making their way closer and closer to fucking me, so I better fucking run a mile if I see one of these Asian hornets, because apparently they have a really bad and most painful sting that you can ever imagine. And I think it's being considered one of the worst stings, but I'm no expert in this, so I'm just going to take that with a grain of salt, like fucking that guy that likes to throw salt in that meme fucking does. Yeah, I'm going to take it with his grain of salt, because I haven't really seen any other wasp other than paper hornets, which, if you don't know what paper wasp is, it's basically the sting is not as painful as other wasps, so it's like the pussy species of wasp, and it is. I've looked up on paper wasp because I've been seeing them all over the place in my household, coming out of the shadows like an RKO out of nowhere. So I've been seeing paper wasps all over this summer, inside my bathroom, inside my hallway windowsill, and inside my own bedroom. I've seen two inside here. But I know that they are paper wasps because they've been very docile, very confused, and that is because I've researched it, and they are lacking sugar, which makes them tired because they're starving. They need to eat to gain energy to be able to fly around, and if they don't eat, they literally just don't fly as much, because flying equals you need energy to do that, and if you don't eat, they lack energy and they can't fly. So I've been seeing a lot of paper hornets, and I've researched their sting, what it would feel like if it did sting me, and apparently it leaves this like really bad taste in your mouth, but it doesn't hurt as much as other wasps. Asian hornet wasps, however, their sting has been described as getting electrocuted, and I'm like, what? They're not a fucking jellyfish, mate. Like, how the fuck can this fucking stinger fucking feel like getting electrocuted? Like, that doesn't make any sense, but I'm no expert, so I'm just going to take that with a grain of salt and just listen to my experts out there, because they obviously will know what it's like to be stung by one, because they're like Brave Wilderness on YouTube and fucking holding it to their skin and friggin' letting it sting them for some unknown fucking reason. I don't know, they've got balls of fucking steel, those fucking experts, but yeah, Brave Wilderness is a whole different species of a man on YouTube, I tell you. So yeah, that is the first story. Apparently Asian hornets are invading the UK, so yeah, that isn't good news, because apparently their sting feels like getting electrocuted. So, and if you don't know what being electrocuted is, just rub your feet on the carpet or get a family member to do it and then touch you, and it's basically that, but 10 times fucking worse. I hate getting static shocked, so I don't want to fucking get electrocuted anytime in my life, bruh. And I especially if it feels like getting electrocuted, I don't want to be stung by a fucking Asian hornet. I'd rather get stung by a fucking paper wasp, because their stings don't really hurt that much, just leaving a bad taste in your mouth after you've been stung because of the venom. apparently you start tasting it after a while after being stung. I don't know, I've never been stung as far as I can remember, but apparently I have been stung, but when I was a little kid, so I don't remember that. But apparently there was a nest that I ended up getting stung, but I don't remember the feeling or sensation of that. Maybe it just felt really bad, I guess, getting stung by a wasp. Logically, I think that feels pretty bad. But other than that, I am clueless when it comes to getting stung, because I haven't been stung that often in my life. If I have been stung at least once. One time that I can't remember, but my brother apparently remembers, because he was apparently around it. He apparently was around me at the time of me getting stung, because apparently he also got stung because there was a nest nearby, and that was near my sister's place, where he explained, yeah, you've been stung before, you got stung near my sister's place that one time. And I've been around somebody that was stung. Like, I was hanging around with my mate and he got stung, I think, by a bee, because the difference between bee stingings and fucking wasp stingings is the wasp never leaves behind his stinger, because like they just literally shank you over and over again with their fucking stinger, where a bee, they can only sting once and then they're done so, because it rips out their own heart from their body, because it's connected to that stinger that they leave behind. But yeah, very bad news. Asian hornets are coming for you, your wife and your kids, so lock them inside. That is basically the moral of that story. And I can't see chat right now because I don't have it open, because I just want to talk about these news stories at this moment of time. So if you're in the chat, just be patient, I will get to you. And apparently that isn't all. These Asian hornets are apparently going to make bees go extinct, because they are a great danger to bees. Because what they do to bees, they eat them for dinner, and I'm not exaggerating, that's what Asian hornets are known to do. Apparently their food chain is eating bees. Make sure you spit out the stinger, because that isn't fucking pleasant to swallow. I should know, because I've heard what happens if you swallow a bee or a wasp. They will sting your insides and you will die. Or you might be able to get saved by the paramedics. Depends how long they take to get to the scene. But that isn't the last story we've got. We've got invasion of aliens. They are coming to the UK, and they are going to apparently, according to this article, make human beings go extinct. Hopefully they don't come to my area, because I live in a very small town that hopefully they will never touch and they can't find, because not a lot of people have found this town, so hopefully we are safe over here in my town. But you never know, maybe I'll wake up one day and there'll be an alien knocking on my door waiting to come in, and I'll be the dumbass to let it in and ask if it wants a cup of tea and be like, how you doing, mate? You want to probe me? You want me to bend over so you can stick it in? Cool. Just don't dissect me, because I don't want to die. That's the only thing that I ask for, aliens. Please, if you come to my house, just don't dissect me, because I'm too old to die. Yep, too old. But that's not more. There's more stories to this coming out of the UK. They came to my door and cleaned everything out, but it was the wrong flat. What the fuck is this? I don't remember fucking clicking on this. A man in Texas, so it's not a story coming out the UK, thank you for confirming that, says everything he and his 9-year-old daughter owned ended up in a dumpster after building management accidentally affected them, mistakenly emptying out their unit instead of the actual tenants who were to be affected. So, psych, you got the wrong number. Okay, yeah, like that person's super hot fire starts. Yeah, I guess they just got the wrong building. They were meant to clear out somebody else that was getting affected, and they cleared out the neighbour's house that wasn't getting affected. So, very heartbreaking stuff. Like, you touch my PC, I'm fucking sweet chin musicking your ass, mate, like I'm Shawn Michaels. Whose spiders are invading UK homes, but you can banish them with 37p trick. Bro, if I see a big ass spider in my room, I'm never coming back into this bitch. This will be my last live stream if I see it on fucking stream, bro. Because I ain't fucking living next to a spider. You know what their bite can do? It can give you a boner before it kills you, bro. I've read up on what spider bites can do. Yeah, I'm no expert, but I know what they can do. They can give you a boner before they kill you. That's a hard way to fucking die, quite literally. September is the time of year when giant spiders start creeping into people's homes, scurrying across floors, ceilings and skirting boards, and this year spider season started even earlier after an unusual wet summer. That's not great news for the millions of people. Like, bro, that's including me, who are afraid of spiders. Yep, I'm one of those million that are afraid of fucking spiders. I don't like these motherfuckers. If I see one in my bedroom, I start running, even if it's one of those, like, little tiny spiders. I cannot fucking deal with them, bro. Like, I know what spiders can do to me. Like I already said a few times this stream. They can be quite handy to have around the house as they trap and remove flies and other pests that come inside. They are a pest in themselves, bro. I wish that all pests go extinct because I don't like any pests. I don't like spiders, I don't like flies, I don't like wasps, I don't like bees. I want them all to just go extinct and leave me the fuck alone and stay out my house, bro. So yeah. But that is enough of fear-mongering news, because I'm quite literally not going to fucking sleep tonight if I keep on fucking reading up on that. That spider story is going to make me not want to sleep tonight now, bruh. Because I'll be fucking searching for that motherfucker. Just get a bug sapper. Awesome, can't wait for aliens. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. There's quite some real friggin' stories just then, but I think the scariest one is the spider story. So I'm pretty much not going to sleep tonight because of that spider story. Yeah, you don't need to repeat yourself. He just repeated himself 2 times over, bro. What this guy is. Well, thank God I don't live in the UK. Bro, you are friggin' lucky, bro. And if you live in Australia, then you will still get spiders, worse spiders than we get over here. Those spiders, poisonous. Over in Australia, but you probably live in America where you can just shoot a spider if you see it. But anyway, enough about spiders and insects that scare the living fucking shit out of me. I'm going to watch some videos now. Feel free to join me, and if not, well, you've got a life of your own, so don't worry about me. I'm still gonna live my life even if you're not here for the journey. But yeah, I've got number 1. Exactly, bro. You are so lucky. Like, I wish I had that privilege to have a friggin' gun in my possession, because I have anxiety every single day of my life. So a gun would make that anxiety go away. And because like I fear that people are out to get me all the time, so I don't trust no motherfucker. I don't even trust the mailman. I would probably shoot the mailman if I had a gun right now. I'm not going to friggin' cap.
Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and this is not a video that I actually expected to be making today. I know that anytime you hear that statement from any YouTuber, it can come across as a little vague, so let me explain something to you. One of my good friends on YouTube is Vince Vintage. I consider Vince Vintage, people like him, Dontavius, CoffeeZilla, to be some of the best creators on the platform. Now, Vince has been on the podcast a few times, and Vince is somebody that's currently going through a stalker situation. And one of the things that
I saw that last night. I saw his whole video, but I was praying that Penguin Zero would do a video on that situation for awareness, because basically, like, I think I'll let him explain what situation Vince got himself into. He basically messaged some guy on Twitter, and that guy started to harass him. That's basically what happened, and I was hoping and praying that Penguin Zero would actually do a video on this topic. He didn't, but another big YouTuber did, and it is my man Mudahar. I don't know how to say your name correctly, so I'm just going to call you Mudahar.
That's being used against him, the YouTube DMCA copyright system. Woo! You know, I've probably...
Yeah, I read fear-mongering news because of, like, it's always in my face. I can't get rid of it. It's on BBC when I watch TV. It's on the television news sets. It's on literally everywhere that I look. It's impossible to get rid of these news in this day and age, because it's on every single technology that I own.
Probably talked about DMCA more than I talked about, you know, myself even, right? I could actually describe to you the problems with the DMCA system.
Bro, why do you have gloves on? Did this guy just murder somebody? I hope not. Why would you have gloves on in your home though, unless you're doing some bad activity, bro? That's kind of sus, this glove is.
On YouTube, more than really anything going on in my personal life, when you upload videos onto this platform, you pretty much have to study this like a priest studies the Bible, okay? Like a lawyer studies U.S. law. YouTubers study copyright law and the DMCA system. Now, Vince produces content on the platform that's kind of like video essays, video documentaries on really, interesting topics. One of my favorites is from 2 years ago, where he talks about the tragic tale of Hunter Biden. A story where...
I recently came across Vince's channel because I think I was watching a lot of documentaries, and I got recommended to a documentary, and I thought, this looks interesting from the thumbnail. I click it and I watched it all the way through. So yeah, I don't know what documentary it was about, but I think it was like an FBI documentary. I think that's how he started getting harassed, is because he wanted to bring someone on for an interview, and that person literally harassed that Vince Finch's guy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched one video before the recent situation that he has caught himself in by this guy that just won't leave him alone, basically.
Where it really shows that if you have a little bit of clout and popularity and some money and power in the political system, you too can basically get away with crime, while the rest of the average Andes...
Yeah, but me, if I was just gardening, I would literally take off the glove and put it down for a wash or put it on the side. I wouldn't bring it into my room. So I don't know why he has a glove on. Maybe his hands are cold. Maybe it's cold where he is, where it's hot as fuck for once in the UK. UK is a very cold country, so it surprises me every time it's hot. That's why I'm sweating right now, is because it's been a hot day, very hot day. That's why I haven't really been on my console or PC a lot today. It's because it's quite hot in my room.
Typically taken up the ass. But anyways, this isn't a video about the Bidens. This is a video about Vince and how the YouTube copyright strike system and YouTube themselves is actually failing him. Now, this video is mostly about the nerdy teen is the FBI's most wanted hacker. Now, this is a video where I actually remember Vince reached out to me.
I don't know if that was a video that I watched before his most recent video. I can't remember, like, it probably was. FBI. It was something to do with the FBI, and if that's his only video to do with the FBI, then it probably was that documentary.
I want to say like a couple months ago, where he asked me about like Xbox hacks, typically about Xbox 360 JTAGs. So at this moment in time, I kind of piqued my interest a little bit. I'm like, anybody talking about Xbox 360 hacks? I'm ready. I'm down to watch it. Now, anyways, Vince produces a video a month ago, which does really well.
This thumbnail looks familiar, but I don't think I've watched this one. I don't think I ended up watching that one. So if I just block out my screen for a second. And I just, do I have him? No, I don't have him on my history on my desktop. On my laptop I do, but that's probably, I watch him a lot from my bed, so that's probably why. What other video have I watched of his? It doesn't say that I've watched him before. There's literally no red line on any other video other than his most recent video. But I remember watching one. It probably... let's have a look. Yeah, I think it was the one that's the video in question, because there's nothing else on his channel to do with the FBI. So yeah, I think I'll probably watch that in my free time, not on stream though. Probably why I don't remember. At the back of the screen blocker, yep. 14 minutes.
And in this video, he covers an individual connected to not just console hacks, but hacks against the US government, so somebody who's done some pretty serious shit. Now, in this video, Vince asks this individual for an interview, right? He thought, I could ask this guy for an interview because he already gave an interview for like a podcast or something, right? This guy...
So my memory is quite good, because I said he asked this guy for an interview and he started getting harassed by the guy. So my memory is pretty good, especially I watched this like 24 hours ago, that video, his recent video. I watched it like probably 24 hours ago, and yeah, I can still remember some of the details in that video, where I thought a lot of the time, because I am forgetful, I wouldn't know like certain details of the video because I'd just forget them. So I used this video to as a reaction slash kind of reminder kind of video. That's why I saved this for stream.
That Vince asks rejects him, and Vince is like, whatever, you're not going to always bat 100 out of 100. So Vince fucks off, makes his video, and as his video comes out and is doing really well, he gets hit with a little bit of angriness. See, the guy that he asked for an interview was a little bit angry at how Vince told the story, and as somebody that produces videos on the platform, I know that anytime I cover a story, anytime I look into a topic or I deep dive, I'll find people that are like, oh yeah, great video, awesome cover-up. And then occasionally you will always find the person who's like, yeah, your video sucks, I hate you, you've come across with the worst, the facts ever. Facts, more like your opinion. Okay, you're gonna get some people pissed off, okay?
Yeah, I think I titled one of my videos on my reaction channel over on YouTube, SSS Sniper Wolf is still annoying, because it was kind of a video that I reacted on stream was titled SSS Sniper Wolf is still being awful or something along those lines. So I made my own spin on that title, but instead of awful I replaced that word with annoying, and people in my comment section was like, average Sniper Wolf hater, and I'm like, I just reacted to a video, bro. I was not hating on her, and it's ironic coming from me because I consider myself as annoying because I have a British accent, and that's the most annoying accent in the world, in my opinion.
Is what it is. It's just the nature of the internet. There's people that are going to like you, there's people that are going to dislike you. What you don't expect is when that person goes so unhinged that they start filing...
I remember when I got a comment... first they said help, and then they started preaching Jesus to me, and I'm like, I don't need Jesus, and I just blocked the person. I don't think I blocked them, I think I removed the comment. I think they are still free to comment again, but they will still get their comment removed because I'm not a religious channel over on YouTube. I don't need Jesus in my life. I just need my possessions in my life, because that's what makes it easier to pass time when I'm not doing stuff like working or whatever. But I don't work at the moment because of vertigo issues. I have dizziness, and if I go back into work, I'm afraid that I might fall over or topple over, which means essentially collapse on the floor. Because I can't even do something as simple as have a shower without feeling dizzy. So how can I do something physical without feeling dizzy or feeling really bad or passing out? So the more that you know about me, the better, because I'm trying to, because that's my reason for being out of work. And another reason is because I'm pretty sure either I quit or the job fired me, but I refused to go into work one day because I was ill. I said to my manager, I'm not coming in today because I'm ill and I don't want to get everybody else ill, and the manager was like, nah, come in, bro. And they wanted to have meetings after me arguing and saying, look, I'm not coming in, that's the end of. They wanted me to attend meetings, but because I was ill for 2 weeks for the first time in my life, I was physically unwell to go to those meetings. And I don't know how I got ill. I just felt a really bad headache. I stopped tasting my food and I had a blocked nose at the time. And I think I had a cough that came and went. So I don't know what was wrong with me that one time, but that was the most worst ill that I felt in my whole entire life. I don't know if it was COVID or whatever, because I never tested for COVID. All that I know, I was ill about for 2 whole weeks, and then after those 2 whole weeks I started feeling dizzy, and I don't know if that's because of whatever I was ill with has given me vertigo. I don't know. But I went to the doctors a year after feeling dizzy and it progressively getting worse. I went to the doctors to try and get a diagnosis, and they diagnosed me with vertigo, but they didn't straight away. They just said take some multivitamins, which I have right here, and that didn't work, so I had to go back to the doctors and they gave me some pills, pills that have a side effect of feeling tired and sleepy, and they are over on my landing right now because I keep them at the top of the stairs outside of my room, because that's where I store my pills. I leave them on the landing where I place drinks. If you ever see me on stream grab a drink and you think, fucking hell, he's fast, it's because the drink is right outside of my door that I'm grabbing. So I leave my pills out there with a drink of water, and they I don't know what their name is. Let me just go and confirm that. Cinericine, I don't know how you say it. Cinericine, I don't know how you say it, how you pronounce that. It has CINN and an R, I think, an I, and then a Z and INE, I think. I probably just misspelt it, but yeah, I have that. I have pills over on my landing.
False DMCA strikes on you. Now, Vince had effectively woken up to one of these
Hey man, can I ask you a question? You just did, technically, but I'll let you ask another question if you want to. What was the question? If it's something mean, I will ban you. Just a word of warning if you're just going to try to bully me on my own stream, because I have zero tolerant for that.
strikes, one of them by Adam Chester 3 at proton.me. Now, this individual, Adam Chester's name, I should just re-stress, is not the same name as the person who had a problem with Vince. See, this video got taken down by this random individual. Now, Adam Chester 3 at proton.me already hits my red flags up. I already can tell you that this may not be a legitimate account, but for anybody wondering what that proton is, proton.me, Proton is Proton Mail, which is an anonymized email service that's designed to help you protect your privacy, right? So typically the people that use Proton.me are people that know about it, they know what it's there for, and in a lot of ways, while it does protect your privacy if you're like a journalist or somebody who's worried for their safety, it also protects and it helps people who are criminals, hackers, bad people. You see, the people who are using Proton.me are not individuals that are using it, because they want to. It's because they need the extra features, the privacy that something like Outlook, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, whatever the fuck email service exists nowadays that average, normies use. This, ladies and gentlemen, is very special. So Adam Chester files a copyright strike. Now, of course, you might be like, this sucks. But Mudo, why can't you just file a counter notification? And this is where you absolutely can. Now,
yeah, but this is where I found out during Vintage's video that you have to put way too much information about yourself to file a counterclaim. So you have to put your legal name, you have to put the street name of your address where you live in the world, and you have to put the city that you live in and the country that you live in, and also your postcode. And it's like, bruh, when I found that out last night, I was like, bro, if I ever get a copyright claim or a strike onto my video, I can't do shit, because I do not want to give a random stranger, because I don't trust any YouTuber. I don't trust any YouTuber or any random stranger with that information. So therefore, it's like kind of what this title speaks for itself. YouTube is putting creators in danger. And yes, it is, because that is way too much information just for a counterclaim. A counterclaim should be something like, I've done nothing wrong, this is entirely my video, I have not stolen from any creator, and it should be a description of what the video is about, so you can send that to YouTube so they can refute both versions of why has it been striked and why has he counterclaim it. And it should be so they can look into that and do their investigations and decide if there's any stolen content in that content or not. But no, apparently they want to know your whole fucking... they want to know where you live, they want to know everything, every last little detail about you, like they're the fucking FBI. But that gets sent to the person who sent you that copyright takedown notification, which doesn't sit well with me, because that is breaching people's privacy. And you might think, oh, what are YouTubers gonna do, bro? It could be literally someone that's using a account under a big YouTuber's name just to steal your information. It is a scary situation. So yeah, this part, when I saw that, I'm like, if I ever get a copyright takedown notice, I cannot do shit, basically. Because what it shouldn't be that you have to, like, they have to know every last detail about you like they're a fucking detective. It should be a description box of your like statement, like you're in a fucking court of law. And then that once filing that counterclaim, it should go straight to YouTube, and they can decide if you've got copyright material in your video or not manually. It shouldn't be, oh, just send the person that ordered that takedown your fucking every last detail about yourself. No, that's putting your life in danger, because you don't know what weirdo lurks around on YouTube, and you don't know what their intent for ordering that takedown was. Was it to get your information when you file a counterclaim? Some weirdos would actually abuse that just to get somebody's information. It is a very scary world out there, so that's the last thing that you want them to know. Because other than watching this person through a screen, I don't know who Mudahar is. He's probably a good person, but I know nothing about him personally. Just like I know nothing about Charlie, Moist Critical, Penguin Zero personally. So I wouldn't even give those two dudes my information. But what I would do if someone did that, I'd probably put a fake name onto the claim and a fake, everything just fake. Like I'd literally say, oh, I'm in Gibraltar or fucking Isles of Wight or Isles of Man. So just so yeah, they don't come knocking on my door and being like, ha ha ha, I found you're a dumbass for filling out this form. And it's like, bro, that's what YouTube wants us to do, bro. But you shouldn't be giving them every last detail about you. That is private stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's a terms of service on YouTube against putting too much information in a video about yourself because they want to protect you, but they make you breach your own privacy if you want to file a counterclaim. It's like double standards, bro, double standards. You have a terms of service saying that you can't put people's private information in a video, but on the other end you have, you literally want people, if they're filing a counterclaim, you want them to friggin' give every last detail about them. It's like, bro, you do realise that there's different platforms that don't have a terms of service against breaching someone's privacy. You do know there's some platforms out there that don't have that terms of service, so they'll just go there just to leak your shit over there. It doesn't have to happen on YouTube. So that is where the scary part is. There's weirdos out there that might just claim or order your video to get taken down just so because they want to know where you are in the world. So they can come and, I don't know, kill you if they're a serial killer. There's some very sus people on the internet, and you don't want to be filling out a form and then getting paid a visit by a weirdo, a complete weirdo that might be harmful to you. Because anybody can report somebody's video, anybody can order a takedown notice. Like literally, I could do that, but the counterclaim, yeah. So if anybody can order a takedown notice, that means criminals can do that, so they can find out information about you, so they can come and probably kill you. They can trespass on your property and take out your windows or kick your door down like they're the FBI. It's very like scary. So yeah, I don't feel 100% safe. I don't feel 100% safe on YouTube anymore. I really fucking don't. Because if a random person can order a takedown notice, and for me to do a counterclaim I have to give them every last detail about me, that's scary. Because I don't know the intention why they wanted my video taken down in the first place. I don't know if it was a false takedown. I don't know if the person is trying to get my information so they can kill me or sell it on the deep web. I don't know. There are complete weirdos out there and complete creeps out there. There's EDPs out in the world. EDP could literally log in on YouTube, order a takedown of a minor so he could go to their house and do what he's been doing, you know? Yeah, like he's a very dangerous man to minors, so you don't want him grabbing a minor's information through a false takedown notice because he wants to do some unspeakable shit to minors, and he should be in fucking prison right now, and he isn't. I will react happily once he's put away in bars like the animal he is.
I'm going to explain how the YouTube copyright strike works for the 900th time on my channel. Okay, YouTube has a form that anybody can fill out that claims that they are the owner of content uploaded to YouTube. So let's say somebody uploads like a minute of, let's say Starfield footage on the internet, okay? A game from Bethesda Game Studios. Now, the owner of that footage is Bethesda, okay? Bethesda, ZeniMax, any company associated in that umbrella. Now, what happens with the YouTube DMCA system, and this is why it gets so broken. Somebody could take that same form and say, my name is Michael Hawk, and then give some fake bullshit address, fake information, and file a DMCA against somebody who uploaded a minute of that footage. Now, that minute could be transformative, it could have whatever. But because YouTube is beholden by safe harbor provision laws, anytime they get a DMCA claim, they just act on it, okay? They don't have a whole team that's sitting there. Well, they do have a team, but they don't have a team that's sitting there looking at every single strike as lawyers, as a legal firm. No, they just handle it on the back end and tell basically any party involved in a DMCA strike to get legal representation, because anytime you get a strike, it becomes a legal matter. So Vince, who's intelligent, he's done this, he got a law firm. Now, any YouTuber, who has, the bucks to spare will get a law firm, okay? Because generally with a law firm, you can get a lawyer to actually fight or counterclaim on.
But if you're someone like me that can't afford these things, you're pretty much screwed. Like, unless you do a counterclaim, but hey, the counterclaim's no good because they need to know your information. So it's like there's no winning if somebody falsely flags and takes down a smaller creator's videos, because you're afraid to fight back because they need all this information about you, and you don't have enough spare cash to for a lawyer. So you just have to take it on. You just have to take it and just hope that it doesn't happen again to another one of your videos. It's a very scary thing.
Your behalf. So the reason why you would want to do that is because it obscures you from that person, okay? It creates an extra layer of anonymity, right? You don't have to give your personal information. You can just give the office information of a law firm, which is a million times safer. Another thing YouTubers do is use a P.O. box as a business address or a property that they don't live at to further obscure their information. But obviously, not every single person has that luxury, okay?
Exactly.
It's financially a problem.
I just said that.
And it's just a problem in a million ways, okay? Most people, unfortunately, have to give up their personal information and have that sent over to somebody that is a complete scumbag. It could be somebody.
It could be a serial killer, it could be a burglar, it could be literally anybody in the world can literally order a DMCA takedown of your videos. As Vince Vintage have literally shown on his video.
Somebody that owns the content, which, yeah, sure, then they use your information to file a legal, lawsuit against you. But if it's some troll on the internet like this, well, they just get access to your whole information.
Yeah.
And time again, we have seen in certain cases, this information, if it's sent to a troll, it could then be shared around to other trolls, to other assholes. So anyways, looking at the situation, ladies and gentlemen.
Or they could sell it on a very sketchy website like dark web, deep web, things that I wouldn't go on. But these criminals who want a bit of money, they will sell your information over on these platforms, because criminals actually want to profit off of your information, because then criminals can possibly steal your stuff, or if they're a hitman and they get an order to kill you, that's what they want your information for, so they know where to find you and kill you. So it's a very scary world out there. Just don't give anybody your information. If you get a DMCA takedown, just let the video be ripped off of the internet, because it's not worth putting yourself in harm's way because you don't know who ordered that DMCA takedown. So unless you have enough cash for a law firm, kiss that video goodbye. Because it's better than leaking your whole fucking information, because you don't know who any of these motherfuckers on this platform is. If they're a big YouTuber, they could be a creep like EDP445, bruh. You don't know who anybody is, you just see them on camera. That's all that you see of them. Behind the scenes, they could be doing something really dark. That is why I'm weirded out why this man has gloves on when he's filming a video right now.
Vince gets a law firm. The lawyer actually writes this entire thing out, and then this is what I just learned. YouTube will not let you put a signature in unless it's the full legal name of your Google account. So, ladies and gentlemen, in every way, you have to give up your name to other people, okay?
Yeah.
No matter what. Now, for me, that's not a big issue. My name's public information anyways. But for somebody like Vince, do you actually think Vince Vintage is his last name? Would anybody watching his channel for the first time at Troll actually believe that Vince Vintage or Vintage is the last name? That's a pretty...
Well, after learning that Bray Wyatt's name was called Windham, anything is possible in my opinion now. Like, I never heard of the name Windham before Bray Wyatt. You know? I don't know anybody called Windham apart from Bray Wyatt.
Wild last name to have, okay? Now, this is where things get wild, okay? Typically around
So yeah,
this
there
moment,
are people out there with names that you wouldn't think is a real name, but it might just be.
in time, Vince comes up to me and a couple other YouTubers, and I don't want to mention any other names because I feel like if you want to throw your hat into a ring like this, it should be of your own volition. But anyways, Vince comes up to me and I say, oh yeah, sure, I'll help you, because we've got some contacts that can help him out at YouTube. So we end up linking him up to people that are working directly at YouTube. And I figured at this moment in time, okay, this is obviously a copyright troll, this is a fucking, obnoxious stalker. YouTube should hopefully be able to fix this. But they didn't, because literally, like a day ago, Vince actually made a video where he asked and detailed the situation, where he not only showcased that one strike occurred, but there were multiple other strikes ready to happen. So this individual that he's going after, the Xbox hacker, which we'll name, he ended up getting a private investigation firm that gave him like a 130-page something fucking spread about all this person's history, okay? Their life is not exactly the greatest life, and again, I don't want to laugh at anybody's situation, but it makes sense why he's going after people this hard. This man wanted to be in control of this story, and because he wanted to be in control of this story so bad, and I don't know what it was, maybe it was Vince, as he puts it, asking for an interview in the first place, which brought this bullseye on his back, but when his video came back, that Nerdy Teen is FBI's most wanted hacker, he ended up getting like over 3 copyright strikes, and now his channel is actually sitting in a deletion limbo. If these strikes do not get resolved, Vince loses his YouTube channel, Vince loses the ability to create further YouTube channels, and this man's entire livelihood goes into complete nothingness. It's not even his livelihood, it's this man's internet legacy that obviously matters more to him than any dollar amount. That's one of the things that he wants. And I think every creator can absolutely respect that. So to understand in this situation, another user came up and filed other copyright strikes from a Proton Mail address. See, the crux of this anger comes from the fact that...
But because I don't worry about anything in life, there's bigger things to worry about than what happens over the internet. If I lost my channel tomorrow, I wouldn't give 2 fucks because, I'm only here to post that content, and I can watch YouTube. I can carry on watching YouTube without these channels. I can carry on watching Twitch without an account on here. So I don't care if I literally get banned on any website ever, because I'll still be watching these friggin' YouTube videos or Twitch channels. I'll just be doing it off camera now. So nothing really changes in my life.
When it comes to the DMCA system, any scumbag...
But that's a privilege of being a small creator. You don't have to care as much about your content as these ones that are getting paid for providing that content. They do have to care because that's they make a living off of this shit. That's their money in their pocket, and if they lose that, they lose their paycheck, and they risk going homeless unless they paid off the mortgage of their house. Depends if they need to pay rent or not. But if I ever was a big YouTube creator, if I blew up overnight, I would literally pay the mortgage off of a house, so at least I have a roof over my head. Even if I don't have electricity or gas, I still have a roof over my head. Other things don't matter to me in life, because when it comes to food, you can just steal it from a store, bruh. if you need to eat, so yeah, you can just steal it. So if I one day had a big YouTube channel that blew up overnight, then I'd literally just mortgage off a house, make sure that I can stay there for the rest of my life. I don't have to move out if I go broke again, and I'd literally just if I the day that I went back broke, I would literally just be stealing food from store shelves because that's how I need to eat, and I would just be sleeping a lot of the time, because if I had no electricity or gas, there ain't anything else that I can do, so I'll just sleep the whole time. If I became big on YouTube or Twitch and then I just became so irrelevant that I go broke again, yeah, I'd just literally be somewhere sleeping in a friggin' camper bag, one of those sleeping bag, yeah.
And just file one against you, okay?
On the floor of my own apartment. So yeah. So if I get my big push up, then when I come back down, doesn't matter, I've already mortgaged this place off. I don't need to shower, so I don't need gas, and I don't need electricity because electricity is overrated anyway. I just need food in me. That's all that you need in life. You need a sleeping bag to sleep in, a roof over your head, and food. That's the 4 things that you need in life.
Without any information whatsoever. And I get it, YouTube is following the base safe harbor provisions, but if somebody files a DMCA claim YouTube under the name Michael Fleming, okay, for instance, why the fuck do you not have a simple requirement of sending in a government-issued ID, a passport, something to verify that name entirely, okay? Because it really shows that the...
Yeah, because there are actually, believe it or not, there's weirdos all over the internet. There's some harmful weirdos, and then there's just weird people like myself. But yeah, I agree. Why not do a background check? Because filing a false DMCA claim, I'm pretty sure, is illegal, and they can go to prison over that or get fined over it. One of those two. I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not a prison guard. I'm not even a police officer. I'm just a guy speculating in my room. But yeah, why not? If they have like this system where to counterclaim, you need to send all this information about yourself to them, why not do a background check on them? Like, why? Why do you just not care about people? You know, you have a thing called safeguarding your users, like, and that should be a requirement by law that you're supposed to follow. But I don't think it is, because everyone is their own individual. But at the end of the day, it's not a good look if someone can file a false DMCA takedown on you, and you risk getting all your shit stolen just because you don't want that video taken down off the internet, because that is one of your most important memory of your channel. That is the most important video on your channel. You are proud of that video. You had passion for that video. You worked hard. You did the most amount of editing that anybody has done on a video. You dedicated time and effort on that video just for some douchebag to file a DMCA takedown. For what? So they can find out personal information about you? So therefore, if people want to file a DMCA takedown, we need to know where they're from. Are they from a company that owns a segment in this video, or are they just a random troll trying to fuck with somebody's livelihood? Nobody knows. That's why. Or are they a serial killer looking for their next victim? Nobody knows, so that's why it's very important that you do background checks on anyone filing a DMCA claim. Otherwise, I could do it just to find somebody's information, like, so I can stand out screaming their name while they're trying to record a video, and yeah, and I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't like that happening to me, so why would I do that to another YouTuber? But I'm just using that as an example. Like, anybody could literally file a DMCA takedown on their favourite creator just so they can stand outside their apartment and be like, "Ooh, I'm here, woohoo," and do everything in their power to interrupt that YouTuber's life, their fucking videos, everything. I saw a video recently of that happening to a German YouTuber, or I think he was a live streamer. He literally leaked his shit, and he had all these people coming into his area trying to get a reaction out of him because he had some like anger issues, so he was easy to get angry, and trolls from the internet showed up just for one goal: to make him scream, to make him shout, to make him physically violent towards them, just so they can paint him in a negative light. If people Yes, he messed up by sharing his personal information, but if you can get your favourite YouTuber's information by one DMCA takedown, then that's opening a Pandora's box of potentially getting these big YouTubers harassed, because all someone has to do is file a DMCA takedown and get this person's information and find out where they are and fucking go and camp outside and interrupt his daily life, just like they did to that German live streamer. So yeah, there's loads of weirdos out there that will do anything to get a rise out of anyone in the world, because some people are just bullies. They literally want to cause havoc to get somebody mad, to paint them in a negative light. So if they did that to a German YouTuber that willingly told people that, then they would do it by filing DMCA takedowns so they can gain information about smaller YouTubers that don't understand the internet, to fill out, because some people are just too trusting. They trust everybody, where me, I'm completely the opposite. I trust nobody, because they haven't learned that there are some really bad people in the world. So they're like, oh, it wants me to fill out all this information. It's a big and established website. What can go wrong? And that can lead to issues, because now some random person who filed that DMCA takedown has that information, and now they're going to harass that person. So it's all about intent, and if they're not doing background checks, this can happen as a massive troll, just for the trolls to prove that they can do this, that they can literally gain people's information by sending false DMCA takedowns, so they can literally troll everybody on YouTube. So it's very harmful to the platform and to creators, because random trolls can file DMCA takedowns, and that's how they can get your private information. So that doesn't sit right with me, and I'm glad, and that's why I was praying that Penguin Zero and big YouTubers would speak out about this same situation, because I watched that video last night and I was like, this needs more awareness. So Penguin Zero, some ordinary gamers, everybody who's a big YouTuber needs to talk about this situation. I'm probably not going to post this live stream over on YouTube because of sensitive topic. I never put anything sensitive up on my YouTube channel, because I don't want to put that kind of attention on me. So in a live stream, it's just here for temporarily, and before the VOD gets deleted by Twitch in a few days. So yeah, so this is more than likely not going to be spoken on my YouTube channel. But I might still do a highlight of the next video that I'm going to talk about, because that's less of a serious topic. And I like to put goofy ass stuff on my YouTube channel rather than serious stuff.
DMCA system as it exists right now, not just on YouTube but every platform, the burden of proof pretty much is only put onto the actual person being accused. In this situation, if somebody claims that they own 1 minute of that Starfield footage, then they better prove that they are who they say they are, and they are affiliated with the company making that claim. Some letterhead to showcase that Bethesda Game Studios sent something, a letterhead from ZeniMax, a government-issued ID from Todd fucking Howard, something to prove that the person making the claim is legitimate, true and honest, and this claim is just not a frivolous waste of time. That should be something that should matter, especially in a situation like this. But what's even more insulting is YouTube is not only seemingly ignoring this situation with Vince, because this has been going on for a month at this point, okay? It should not have even gone on longer than a week, 2 weeks in my opinion. But beyond the situation taking so long, the big problem is ultimately the person giving up their information is Vince. And what's really scary in this situation is Vince and his fiancée are actually in danger, in my opinion, because they've had to move their location. They've had to take extreme measures to hide from an internet stalker, all because YouTube does not just clamp down on this situation right there and then. And I get it, there's a million reasons why YouTube probably is, there's a lot of bureaucracy that goes with a big tech company, but this is so cut and dry, it's not even funny. This individual who's ruining Vince's life is somebody that is literally taking advantage of a web form, a tool that unfortunately puts so much burden of proof on the accused versus the accuser making the claim that it's not even funny. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and hopefully Vince's situation gets resolved. As always, anytime there's a big YouTube issue, anytime there's a problem with this platform, I always like to talk about it on my channel, not just as a signal boost, but almost as an educational piece for people watching it, okay? Because these are things you have to worry about if you're a creator. And ladies and gentlemen, it's just...
Especially a small creator, because we don't have the funding. We're just trying to get by, whether we've got a job or not. Smaller creators are just trying to get by, and we don't have funding for lawyers. We don't have that extra money whether we're working or not. It's completely irrelevant, because a lot of people out there have minimum wage jobs, and the bare minimum that they have enough for is to fund their hobbies on their days off, and to keep that roof over their head, as well as food, groceries, and etc., bills like electricity and gas, so they can shower and smell good for when they go to work. So some people don't have that extra funding, and if their hobby is YouTube and then they get a DMCA takedown notice, then they don't have the extra funding, so all they can do is just fill out the form, which don't, because then you are giving a complete stranger your information, and just hope that that person has a change of heart and reinstates the video. So yeah, very scary situation, in my opinion.
One of those big problems. Every day I want to wake up on this platform and I just want to sit down and make videos and cover stuff. There are actually stories that I haven't covered. Stories that are literally sitting on my laptop's note file, because I literally just write down cool topics from time to time. The reason I haven't covered some stories, actually some 4chan stories, is because of unhinged individuals that would do what is happening to Vince to me. And, obviously we could get a legal team and fight, but to understand, a month spent doing that is like a year off of your life. It's that stress. It's that much stress. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and it's a shame that this is happening to a good friend of mine, and I hope YouTube resolves this. I hope this gets signal boosted enough. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out. And if you want to actually know the full grim details, Vince's video, you should definitely watch it.
I've already watched it, mate.
From this video, so you should go out and check it, because it is a wild ride.
But yeah, there's videos that he wants to make, but he can't, because he'll get the same that's happening to Finn's Vintage to himself, happen to himself. That is why I don't do sensitive topics, is because there's some unhinged individuals out there that are a legit threat to people's life over them running a story that they want to share with their audience. There's some people out there that just wants to be bad people and do bad things to other people. So in fear, we have to watch what we post online. So that's why I never post anything serious on my YouTube channel. I try to post fun stuff and stuff that I believe people will have a good time watching. Whether it's a reaction video or a gaming video or whatever I want to post that isn't a serious topic, yeah, I will just post for entertainment purposes. But when it comes to serious topics, I tend to stay away from them, because I know what people are capable of if I piss any unhinged individual off. And I don't try to piss people off, but sometimes just making a video is enough to piss somebody off, as the Finn's Vintage situation confirms. But anyway, enough about serious topics. Let's talk about some goofy shit, because I am a goofy YouTuber / Twitch streamer.
Jacksepticeye has gotten into beef with Mr. Beast. This is like the two most unlikely people to fight actually fighting, because both of them are like people pleaser types. But it's going down, and obviously it started on Twitter with this tweet: Jacksepticeye having beef with Mr. Beast was not on my 2023 bingo card. And this is a clip from
Yeah, I didn't see this one coming, but it came literally out of nowhere. I've seen this clip like 100,000 times before, because of I first saw it on Twitter when I was scrolling my news feed. It was there, and then XQC reacted to the situation, and I've watched his clip reacting to Jacksepticeye basically calling out Mr. Beast for ruining YouTube, I guess. And yeah, I've just seen it left, right and centre. I cannot get this video out of my head, so that is why I saved this reaction video that this man is doing in the corner, which you can't see because I'm in the way. Yeah, Pegasus is now has made this video, and I saw this opportunity to watch this video on stream. So that's what I'm going to do.
A completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast? No. Ooh. Jack. Oh. Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube?
Saying that he doesn't like Mr. Beast, personally, unless you've met him personally, you shouldn't take it too personal what he's saying about Mr. Beast, about not liking Mr. Beast, because I'm pretty sure he's talking about the YouTuber himself, not the actual person behind the YouTuber, unless they've actually met and he doesn't like his personality. I don't know, but saying no to liking him, you probably hate the character. You probably have no issues with the real person, but everybody, from comments that I've seen, people are taking this too personal, because he's hurting Mr. Beast's feelings by saying that he doesn't like him and saying that he ruins YouTube and all this shit. And the man can have his own opinion. That's completely fine in my book. You don't have to like every single YouTuber out there. I know there's people that you might hate out there, but you don't hate them personally because you don't know them personally. You just hate their content, and that's completely fine. It is not your cup of tea. I personally don't watch Mr. Beast's content is because it isn't my cup of tea. It isn't my flavour of the year or month, but I respect that. I respect the backstory of Mr. Beast, because he grinded until he got what he wanted, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm grinding a lot just to try and get what I want, but unlike Mr. Beast, I might not get it, but that's why I respect the grind of Mr. Beast. But in terms of his content, it isn't for me. And that's an okay thing. It isn't for Jacksepticeye either, and that's okay. We all have different tastes of content. Content is very subjective. It's a subjective subject. It's like music. Not everyone's going to like my style of music, and I'm not going to like your style of music. Not everyone in the world likes Mr. Beast. I don't, and Jacksepticeye doesn't. So therefore, that is just a criticism that is valid, in my opinion. But people are freaking out. Oh, Jacksepticeye doesn't like Mr. Beast. He thinks he ruins YouTube. I think it's going a bit too far when he says Mr. Beast ruins YouTube. But not liking him, he might just hate the character, and that's probably why he's not a fan of him. But ruining YouTube, I don't think one guy can ruin the whole website, bro. If he's ruining YouTube, then I'm ruining YouTube. And I know that we're not ruining YouTube. I don't see Mr. Beast everywhere on YouTube, so he's not ruining YouTube for me. I don't know if he's seen too many Mr. Beast ads, but I've seen some Mr. Beast ads, and that's why I've grown to hate Mr. Beast more and more as time goes on. But yeah, in terms of content wise, I've seen a few of Mr. Beast's videos, and some of them are actually really well made. I will watch Mr. Beast most of the time when XQC is watching him, and some of them are really well made content, and others I couldn't give a single shit about, and that is just a bit of criticism. But would I watch Mr. Beast if I didn't watch XQC? No. If I didn't watch XQC, I wouldn't be watching Mr. Beast's videos, because I have a certain type of content that I like to watch. I like to watch... what do I like to watch? I like to watch commentary videos, documentaries, and scary story videos like Mr. Nightmare talks about. But I've kind of grown to hate that kind of topic, apart from TUV, who does that style of videos. Yeah, I'm more like documentaries and news of what's happening in not just the UK but over in America, like news type videos, like what Dr. Insanity, I think he makes those type of videos, and I don't know if his name's Dr. Insanity. I'm pretty sure it is. If I just put Doctor and I put in, yeah, Dr. Insanity, there you go. So yeah, I like to watch him. But in terms of hating an individual personally, I don't hate Mr. Beast personally because I don't know the guy. But him saying that he hates Mr. Beast, he might just not like the character Mr. Beast, but he might not know who the guy behind Mr. Beast is, because he's talking about the content. But in terms of ruining YouTube, yeah, not a single person can ruin YouTube, because it would have to be a group of people ruining YouTube by, I don't know, fucking taking down the website and making it crash or some shit, doing some really bad stuff to the website just because they can and they have that knowledge to do so. Unless Mr. Beast is behind that, and I am currently watching YouTube, so obviously the site is up and running, not down at the moment, so unless he's taking YouTube offline, there's not a single individual that can ruin YouTube by just posting there. Otherwise I would have ruined YouTube by now, because I post here, and I wouldn't say that I ruined YouTube, but I wouldn't say my content is the best either, because I don't have that kind of an ego. I actually have the opposite of an ego. I'm very insecure about how annoying I am, because God didn't bless me with a good voice, he blessed me with a fucking British accent. That's why I believe there's no God. Fuck you, God.
Video, I think.
I got a completely unrelated question. No. Ooh. Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes.
people can argue that Jacksepticeye ruins YouTube because of he puts on a annoying fucking Irish accent. And I don't know if he's actually Irish, but the accent I know is put on because I've heard that he got that Irish accent from a TV show. So yeah, that Irish accent is obviously put on because he's not speaking Irish at the moment. At least I don't think so. I can't hear that annoying twang to his voice at the moment. But people can argue that you ruined YouTube, Jacksepticeye. People can argue that Pegasus ruined YouTube. People can argue that I ruined YouTube. Anybody can say an individual ruined YouTube. Does that make it true? No.
Why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You still think you had fun playing Squid Games? You think you had fun riding on yachts? If you building wells in Africa?
Making YouTube videos does become about money when you do it as a job, bruh. Jacksepticeye, if he didn't do YouTube for money, he wouldn't have earned a paycheck from YouTube, and I know that isn't the case because he does YouTube for a living, or at least he used to before he started streaming. I think he streams a lot more nowadays than YouTube videoing. But yeah, saying, oh, I don't like an individual because of he does it for money and he doesn't do it for fun, says you. You literally did it for money as well. Otherwise you wouldn't have set up AdSense and you wouldn't have accepted a paycheck from YouTube. So says you, Jacksepticeye. At first it is about fun, and then when you become successful it kind of becomes about money because of you need to eat, you need to pay your rent, you literally need to shower, you need to keep your electricity on to provide more and more content for your audience. So therefore, says you, because you relied on YouTube for that money and popularity and whatever you dislike about Mr. Beast. So this guy is literally a hypocrite. He's saying a very hypocritical statement. Because, so I guess he just pulled some shit out of his ass that he thought was a actually real reason to hate on Mr. Beast for. Why can't it be like, oh, not my style of content? Why does he have to say, oh, he ruins YouTube? Like, it's because he does it for money and he gives away his money and all this shit. And it's like, bro, his content, yeah, he can flex on people by giving away stuff, but most people see it as a good deed. That's why they like him. They see him as this generous guy because then people are putting themselves in that other person's shoes of who's getting gifted that item, because that would be like the nicest thing anyone could do to a person is give them an item that they couldn't afford and help them out a little bit financially. So that's why people like Mr. Beast, is because they see him, that he does a lot to help people out, like doing a competition where they have a chance to win money, to walk away with money, because he does a lot of competitions on his channel, I'm pretty sure, like the race to the finish kind of thing and the last man standing kind of thing that he does on his channel. Afterwards they get a wad of cash, so that he just made somebody's day, and people put their self in that person's shoes that he's gifting that item to, because they would think that would really help me out if that guy did that for me. That's why people like the guy. It's because they see it as a generous and a good deed, a generous thing that guy's doing. It's his good deed of the day.
Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having...
Says you, everybody wants views And when you become as big as Jacksepticeye and Mr. Beast, you do it for a living. So yes, it became about money when you got bigger and bigger because you built your brand, and that got you the money that you deserve. What else? What else? Can we just break it down?
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity.
And you wanted to become popular yourself, but otherwise you wouldn't have ever done YouTube in your life. So says you, hypocrite.
Than I did about having fun. You still think you had fun playing Squid Games? You think you had fun riding on yachts? If he building wells and
It seems like he has fun creating this type of content that he creates. Seems like it's fun content from what I've seen. So him and Mr. Beast have two different ideas of having fun. Jacksepticeye's idea of having fun is switching on a video game, while Mr. Beast's idea of having fun is going outside and doing something that he wanted to do, whatever he fucking does. Whether it's a game show or crushing cars, putting them in this like really giant fucking blender just to see what's inside. I don't know. I think that was his most recent video. He literally crushed a car into this like giant fucking machine thing. Don't you think that's fun? Bro, there's different ways of having fun. There's not just video games out there, Jacksepticeye. You need to go outside and touch grass, says me. But Mr. Beast, I'm pretty sure he would argue what he's doing on his YouTube channel is all about having fun. And he has fun giving away money. That's why he broadcasts it on his YouTube channel. So Jacksepticeye, I don't know what his problem is with Mr. Beast on this one. I really don't.
If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer.
So if he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. Interesting. Let me just go on a BRB screen right quick. Let me just put a Y in my search bar and then go to Jacksepticeye's channel. And then I'll go to Mr. Beast's channel. They'll be longer if he was having fun. That'd be longer. That'd be longer, my man says. Are you back with me? That'd be longer. Holy shit, man. 48 an hour, 36 minutes, 5 hours, 3 minutes. Okay, I was gonna say, like, doesn't he just upload 10-minute videos? But no, as time went on, I guess his videos got longer. I don't know why. He still uploads, like, really long ass videos, bro. So I don't know what his issue is. Like, not everybody has the time of day to sit on a video game for 48 minutes and 1 hour and 5 hours, bro. Some people actually, I don't know, goes outside and lives their fucking life, bro. So at the end of the day, that's a fine length of a video. You don't want viewers to start getting bored. So sometimes it's good to stick with short but sweet. And these aren't the shortest videos. I don't have the attention span to watch these unless I'm watching XQC watch Mr. Beast videos. But yeah, not everyone has the time of day to watch a whole ass 5-hour video. I know, like, there's quite a lot of people that wouldn't watch the entirety of this video, and if they do, they'd watch it between possibly 2 days, because 5 hours is a long ass time, bruh. Not everybody's got the same, like, amount of free time as Jacksepticeye has, so you just has to, like, it's fine. It's a fine length that Mr. Beast is uploading at.
So that was what Jacksepticeye said, and Mr. Beast actually responded to this in a tweet, and that sparked the whole beef.
Let me just read this tweet real quick. I don't know how to read, so bear with me when I read it out in a few seconds.
So that was what Jacksepticeye said, and Mr. Beast actually responded to this in...
So, I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and sports cars, and instead reinvested my dollars into making content focused on doing good and inspiring kids to help people. If he had fun, the videos would be longer. What does that even mean, lol? Bro, you need to click that show more, bro. I need to see the entire tweet, bro, so I can judge it. Seems like Mr. Beast, he didn't like what Jacksepticeye had to say. So, yeah. I don't know everything that he said, because I know I seen this tweet when it was popping off on Twitter, but I need to read it word for word so I can break it down for stream. But he didn't click on the show more, so now I don't know. I know that Mr. Beast called Jacksepticeye disrespectful, and I literally said to myself, because I talk to myself 24/7, I literally said, seems like you got ego checked there and you're having a hard time dealing with criticism, bro. It was constructive criticism, but I ruined, like, saying someone ruined a whole ass website. Yeah, that's kind of disrespectful, but you should just not care about them saying that you ruined it, because you can argue the same thing, that Jacksepticeye ruined YouTube as well. So you shouldn't really be it shouldn't really hit you in the feelings, in the personal feelings. You shouldn't take it personal, because he's talking about your content, not you as a person, buddy. But yeah, saying that is disrespectful, yeah, kind of is, but you're seeming like you can't take that as criticism, because you can literally say that he ruined YouTube as well as he just said that you ruined YouTube.
in a tweet, and
That's my
why
take.
The whole beef. So basically, Jack is mad at the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. You guys have probably heard of this phenomenon where basically every video that goes supremely viral nowadays has to be highly edited, and the soul is kind of sucked out of a lot of videos now. Obviously, there's still people out there who are pretty raw, like commentary channels mostly. You know, Critical's out there, doesn't really edit his videos that much, but majority of them is always like boom, 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 boom. You know, just 15 effects, like text flying over the screen. You know how it goes. Now, it turns out Mr. Beast actually took this question.
In terms of editing your videos really good, it doesn't really matter if you edit videos really good or not, because what I've noticed is when you post your first video on YouTube, you won't think about stuff like editing or anything like that, but your first ever video will possibly be your most popular video of that whole channel, and that is because that is an introduction to you coming onto the platform for the first time. Where me, you won't be able to find my first video ever on YouTube, but my first video was my most popular, getting 301 plus viewers back in 2013 before I deleted that channel and started again, because I have a very weird attention span that makes me delete my channels every now and again when I get bored of YouTube and I just think I don't want to create anymore. I had this thing where I would delete my channels because I would realize, oh, my subscribers aren't watching my videos and I don't want these subscribers anymore, so I would literally nuke my channel and start again with a brand new channel. But yes, I can confirm that my first ever video was the most popular video. And did I edit it? Did I fuck? Nobody edits their first ever video, because you don't know that there's a thing called video editing out there. You don't realize that's a thing when you first dabble into content creation, and you don't know if you want to do it as a hobby or a job at that stage, or if you just want to do it every now and then. When you have some free time, you'll do social media posts, which you wouldn't edit, because if you're doing it now and again, you don't give a fuck if it goes viral or not. You're literally doing that in your free time. So, and some people don't have the time to edit their videos. Back in 2013, I didn't have time to edit my videos because I was dealing with school work, and I had stuff in my real life going on. Nowadays, I have all the time in the world to edit. Do I edit? No, because I've realised that there's so much like content out there that goes viral, and they didn't put that effort in it. So why would I put that so much effort in my videos if this video went viral and it's unedited, but my video doesn't go viral and it is edited? It's like, yeah, it's like, why would I spend a lot of time editing just for nobody to watch my hard work? So therefore, I'm guilty of hardly editing because of I just use the Twitch highlight tool to to highlight what I want to show forever and onto my Twitch, and I will also use that highlight if I want to post it over to YouTube. I'll just download it after I've highlighted it, and that highlighted version will go over on my channel. So I don't really do editing at the moment because what I was using to edit with has flipped me off and stopped working every time I try to edit with it. So I don't edit anymore because I lost my fucking patience with it, man.
I personally, and he felt disrespected. So he replied with this tweet over here. So I ruined YouTube because.
So now I just like use the Twitch tool to edit, like the highlight tool on Twitch to edit.
I didn't buy a mansion and sports.
Or I want to read this myself so I can break it down myself, and then I'll let my man in the corner break it down that you can't see because I'm on top of him. Pause on that. So I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and sports cars, and instead reinvested my money into making content focus on doing good and inspiring kids to help people. ? If he had fun, the videos would be longer. What does that even mean, lol? That's where I got up to before. Now we continue because he pressed see more. Thank you. You think I'd give up every hour of my life for 14 years if I didn't have fun? That is true. Like every hour of his life. So he's saying that he doesn't just record. He doesn't have an editor, he is the editor. So he has to sit down and edit, script his videos, because bigger YouTuber, the bigger you get, the more you turn into Hollywood and an actor. So he obviously scripts his videos so he knows what the fuck he's gonna do today. And he's not like me where he just turns on a camera and he has an idea, but because I don't have a script, I stutter 110 times. So that's why he has a script. So he dedicates loads of time into YouTube. That's what he's basically saying. By scripting, recording, editing and uploading. And if he's like me and he waits for the video to process, because I have I literally can't. I think it's a disability that I have where I literally will sit and wait for something to process. Even though I don't have to sit and wait for it to process, I only have to sit and wait for it to upload. I still wait for it to process and do all the copyright checks before I schedule it. Not post it, I schedule it before it goes out because there's a specific time that I want it to go out at. So yeah. Or I round it up to the next hour because I'm finicky like that. I don't like things going out like, let's say I'm posting at 1:30. I wouldn't like that. It has to go out at 2 now if it's 1:30 in the morning. So things like that, I'm very finicky. I don't want a number where like the hour is. I want the hour, so 1 p.m, 2 p.m, 8 p.m. I don't want 8:30. I don't want to post at 8:30 because I'm so finicky and my disabilities wouldn't allow me to post at something like 8:15, 8:30 or anything like that. It would have to be 8 on the dot or 9 o'clock if I missed my deadline of 8 o'clock. So yeah, so he's basically saying that he dedicates so much time into his videos, and he wouldn't do that if he didn't have fun, and that is true. Like, if you are unpassionate about something, it will show through your editing, or it will show through your recording process. You don't have to be like, you don't have to edit every last thing of your video out. You don't have to cut if you don't want to. It's basically your channel. You can do whatever you want. But the lack of editing doesn't mean you're not having fun. It just means that you don't have a good editor on your computer system like me. And you're not going to buy like Sony Vegas Pro because you are fucking poor. And you want to save as much money as you can get. But yeah, I dedicate so many hours doing this in my life as well. I've dedicated, I first stepped onto YouTube for the first time in 2013. That's about 10 years ago. So I've been doing YouTube for 10 years and Twitch for 3 years, because I started doing Twitch in 2020 when I decided to use my name that was in Call of Duty as my Twitch name, because I wanted to live stream some Call of Duty, because I was literally, my ego was up at the roof and thinking that I was an actual good player, and then I looked back when I used to play it and I was like, God, I'm dog shit. But yeah, I was delusional back then. Nowadays I'm just a React Andy. 3 years went by and XQC taught me how to steal other people's contents, and that's what I've been doing ever since XQC taught me that. So yeah. So the answer is, would he give up that many, like 14 years if he didn't have fun? Would I give up 10 years if I didn't have fun? No. The answer would be no. I can say that as a person who has a very small attention span. If my attention span was so small that I didn't want to do YouTube or Twitch anymore, I would literally just stop, because I don't do it. I don't make money off of it, so it's not my living. I'll piece the fuck out. This is my hobby that I enjoy, and this might be his dream career. Everything that he posts and he edits is done out of passion, and you can see when you watch the videos that everything that he edits, because he does like this edit, like loads of freaking boom boom booms, like my man in the corner explained. Yeah, his passion shows through his editing, where my passion shows because of how hyperactive I am. This is just me. This isn't a character. I have my ups and downs because I have so many disabilities. So I have this thing called bipolar. So sometimes I'm like really hyperactive. It comes with ADHD and autism as well that I have. Yeah, so I'm literally like the most weirdest guy on the planet, because 1 minute I'm hyper, like doing these sort of live streams, and the next minute I have my downs and I feel depressed and demotivated, and on those days I just don't stream. I just lay in bed and just lounge the whole day like I'm eRob221, like I'm an ogre in a bed, just chilling and watching people, because I watch people 24/7, but sometimes I will talk to myself, and that's why I started reacting on stream, and other times I would literally just watch in silent, and that would be probably when I'm not feeling up to talking about anything and I'm quiet, and that's probably on my down days where I feel demotivated and depressed to literally react to something, so I just stare at it like this sometimes. But when I come on stream and I post this to YouTube, yeah, I'm hyperactive because that's what I am in the moment. But when the hyperactive goes down, that's when I am like, peace the fuck out, and I go and lay in bed and probably doze off to sleep. sometimes, or I just want to watch stuff off camera, because I'm always watching stuff even if I'm not on stream. I could literally do 24 hours of me just watching random shit, but because when I feel like I'm getting quieter and quieter, that's more than likely when I'll end the stream, or like I'll skip some videos while I'm trying to react to them, because my attention span has just been fried out. I've had a content overload. So yeah, but anyway, doing this for 10 years, I can say I wouldn't do it. Well, I've done Twitch for 3 years, YouTube for 10 years, content creation as a whole, I've done it for 10 years, so I wouldn't still be doing it up to this day if I didn't have fun. I can say that from my own experience, and so would Mr. Beast. He would probably just stop doing it if he didn't have fun, or he would have never started a YouTube channel in the first place if he didn't have fun. And YouTube is the most funnest job ever, because you're your own boss. You can decide when to upload and when to piece the fuck out and go and lay in bed, and you literally, it's entirely up to you. Jimmy is in a position where he doesn't have to upload for a year. People would miss him and still remember him. If I did that, people would just forget about me, but I probably wouldn't care if I stopped uploading for a year, because that would mean, or stopped live streaming for a year, because that would mean that I no longer care for the internet and social media as a whole, and I've just moved on to better things with my life and focusing on something completely different. So yeah, so in terms of not having fun, we obviously have fun, otherwise we wouldn't be here. That is the small version of what I just fucking said. This clip is insanely disrespectful in my opinion. Oh, why? Because your ego got checked. But yeah, this part right here, he seems salty that Jacksepticeye didn't like his content, but I think saying that he ruined a whole platform really rubbed him the wrong way, and that is fair, but anybody can say that about anybody, like I just explained. So it's an opinion. It's like an asshole. Everybody's got one, and obviously there is. So you shouldn't take it like it's the worst thing that you ever heard. You shouldn't take it personally. It's just his opinion. Let him have his opinion, and you can have yours. You can literally say, "Oh, I didn't ruin YouTube. You ruined YouTube. Uno reverse card." So yeah, this clip is insanely disrespectful. Salty Ari, and obviously there is so much I could say about his content, but I'll just take the punches and be the bigger man. Sigh. So he could say the same thing about his content and so much more. Yeah, so but he doesn't, so because he doesn't want to hurt an individual and offend anybody, he wants to stay out of internet drama, which is fair enough. I don't like it when someone brings drama to me either, so I'm just like Mr. Beast. I would just ignore him, like, oh, he said this in a video, doesn't affect my life, I'm gonna carry on making my videos and providing content for people that want to watch. This guy obviously doesn't, my content isn't for him, so this guy obviously, he can keep doing him and I'll keep doing me. And I wouldn't even respond, I wouldn't even make a tweet about it. I'd be like, I'd just watch the video, see what he said about me, and be like, okay, fair enough. Throw my phone out the window or to one side and just carry on with my life, because it doesn't change my life one bit. Somebody hating on me, yeah, let them hate. Let them hate. Like, there's many people out there that probably hate Mr. Beast. He isn't the first one. So, let them hate. Throw your phone to one side. Don't even respond, because here he looks really petty, because he's like, oh, this is disrespectful. And it's like, you come off as salty and you took it to heart. where being the bigger man, you wouldn't respond at all. You would literally just watch the video and be like, oh, this guy doesn't like my content and it's not for him. Fair enough, throw your phone to one side and carry on with your life. That's literally what I would do. Any hate comments that I get, I will respond with a love heart nowadays, because it doesn't affect my life if somebody hates me or thinks I'm annoying, because I think I am annoying. I'm my own hater, so there's nothing anyone can say about me that will hurt me, because they're allowed their opinion on me, and I'll just love heart it, because whether it's negative or not, I'm spreading the love across YouTube, and I'll just move on with my life and turn the internet off for the day. Well, not turn it off from the plug socket, but turn it off as in not go on social media for the day, because if they're angry about me, I don't want the smoke to come towards me and fucking suffocate me. So a sure way of not getting hurt is just come off the platform that you're getting hate on and just go and put your attention on a different social media website that the hate isn't there. You know, if I got hate over on YouTube nowadays, I would just go and watch Twitch and just stay off of YouTube until the smoke blows over, because smoke burns out eventually. It blows away to the other side eventually.
Cars and instead reinvested my money into making content focused on doing good and inspiring kids to help people. If he had fun, the videos would be longer. What does that even mean, lol?
What about more family time instead of overtime?
Works for me.
And what if it didn't take forever to hire the one? What if better work was something we can find? Or better yet, something that found us?
I get it, YouTube. I need to find a job. I get it, bro. That's your way of telling me to get a job. I get it. Fuck you, YouTube. I'm walking away because I need water. I'm not hurt by YouTube telling me to get a job. I just need water because I have a dry mouth and we didn't have water before, and I just heard somebody come from the shop who has brought water in for me. Yay! I want the water. I don't want the smoke, I want water. Bye-bye. Bruh, I needed that. It was starting to feel like fucking Africa in here, man. Where they don't have water. Okay, that's racist, I'm sorry. back to
I'd
the
give
video
up every hour of my life
before I
for
get
14
cancelled on
years
Twitter.
If I didn't have fun. This clip is insanely disrespectful in my opinion, and obviously there's so much I could say about his content, but I'll just take the punches and be the bigger man side. So obviously Mr. Beast is pretty mad. Obviously Jimmy works his ass off, you know, all day, every day. This guy's absolutely insane, and he pours his heart and soul into his videos, and he does a lot of good as well. A lot of charity, a lot of, you know, curing blindness, random acts of kindness like that.
Bro, I don't actually think this man cured blindness, bro. I don't think there's a way in hell in this world to cure blindness. There's no cure for blindness, bro. Blindness, bro. Just need some more water. There's no cure for blindness, bro. Blindness, bro. There's no cure for blindness, bro. There you go, speech. I'm back.
Giving people $10,000 out of the blue, and he feels like he's being blamed for YouTube becoming this sort of editor's nightmare, you know? Now, Mr. Beast says that he has a lot of fun making his videos, and he pours a lot of time into it, and he wouldn't do that if he didn't have fun. But he actually made another tweet, sort of, kind of contradicting that. We can take a look. In order to upload weekly videos later this year, I've been filming every single day, and only have had a couple days off filming between now and the end of the year, and I'm dying mentally. I hope you guys...
That is friggin' draining, bruh. Just filming one video in a single day is like really like tiring in itself. But he does it every single day, bruh. I don't have the time of day. Actually, yeah, I do, but I don't have the energy to do it, bruh. I hardly had the energy to hop on stream tonight, and I think it's been 2 whole days that I've been resting for, but I need hibernation. I can't be friggin' filming every single day because I don't care how easy the content that I post is, it's friggin' mentally draining. So, yeah, like, doing it every single day and only taking a couple days off, like, bro, I would literally not be able to do that. And that is because I don't have the energy. There's a certain type of energy that I need to go live and to record. And if I don't have that energy, I just don't go live or record for that day. I don't provide any kind of content. I just lay in my bed with my t-shirt off like I'm E-Rub, and I lounge like I'm the ogre of life, or of my bedroom. The ogre. Boom, boom, boom.
Love these videos when they go up. I'm pushing myself to the max to get them done. So obviously this would be in contrast to Jacksepticeye's recent tweet saying, I've been doing this for close to 11 years and I still get super giddy and excited by new games all the time. Frick, I love video games, okay? So we see a guy who's just, you know, posting about...
I've been doing this for close to 11 years and I still get super giddy and excited by new video games all the time. That's cool and all, but I'm pretty sure sitting in your room just playing a video game isn't as hard work as what Mr. Beast does. I'm just saying.
I love video games, okay? So we see a guy who's just, you know, posting a bunch of Let's Plays, enjoying life, and apparently, supposedly, Mr. Beast is not having a good time. Now, obviously, this doesn't prove that Mr. Beast is not having fun with it. Sure, he may...
He's just tired. Being tired doesn't mean that you're not having fun with your YouTube videos, or making videos, or live streaming. You just might have run out of loads of energy, like me, I had to literally stop video gaming earlier because I was literally tired. He probably feels like he has to get this video out because it's going to be a banger and it's going to get so many views when he gets it out, but it's so much work for him that he's tired. Being tired doesn't mean you're not having fun with something. I had to terminate my gaming session earlier because I got a bit too tired before dinner, and then I got my energy back when I had dinner, so that's why I started to live stream tonight. I didn't plan out a live stream, I literally just did it getting energy back. If I didn't get my energy back, I would be asleep right now. But just because you stop just because you're tired doing something doesn't mean you're not having fun while doing it. You're just like, it's tiring yourself out. Obviously I'm having fun playing that video game, but I terminated my gaming session earlier because I felt really tired and I felt like I needed to go to sleep, and I still haven't gone to sleep because when I ate my dinner, because I stayed up for my dinner and I planned to go to sleep, but after my dinner I have this new boost of energy, so I just ended up staying up for longer, and I had a sudden crave to live stream tonight, despite falling tired earlier today.
Maybe dying mentally, but that's the life of Mr. Beast, you know. He might be having fun dying mentally, because that's the type of insane type of person he is. He's super ambitious. He's starting all these brand new ventures, chocolate.
In terms of having fun, I don't think it's the recording process that might be the fun part. There's different types of fun elements to YouTube. Having fun recording might be fun at first, but then it's been a few days since he's been filming and now he's exhausted and he just wants to get this video done so he can get it out for the audience. But after spending a lot of days recording, then he's got to edit it, or his editor has to edit it, and then when that's done, he can hold his head up high knowing that he's produced some good quality content for his audience. And that is probably where the fun starts to kick in, is the pride in his work, what he's just posted. The other elements, yes, it might be fun at first, but then he's getting more and more exhausted and it becomes less and less fun in the moment, because he's begging for his bed. And then he sends the video clips to his editor, or the whole video unedited version to his editor, and say, edit this for me while I get some sleep because I'm fucking exhausted right now. So he sends it off to his editor, and then he checks back on his channel later when his editor's got it out on his channel, or the editor sends it to him and he posts it himself if he doesn't want his editor to have access to his account. So yeah, there's the production part. Producing the content isn't the fun part. The fun part is getting to see the viewers and the enjoyment that you're putting in people's lives. The recording part, yes, it might be fun for him at first, but then as days go on into his recording process, he just wants to get it out because he's getting more and more tired doing it. And then he's happy when it's done because he's just produced a good quality video that needs editing and needs touching up and needs the special effects on the screen because that's what his audience likes. And then when his editor's done all of that, he sends it back to Jimmy, or he uploads it himself, and Jimmy can literally be like, this is where the fun starts, seeing people's enjoyment from my video. So yeah, there's different levels of fun on YouTube. There isn't just one level of fun. Recording can be tedious at times, and so can live streaming, because if you're doing it for a job but the website has a goal, so on Twitch I think you have a goal of how many times you're supposed to live stream at to hit a monthly target, and if you don't hit it you could literally get your partnership revoked or something because it's in the contract. I don't know, I've never been partnered on Twitch, obviously, I'm just assuming from what I've heard. There's a certain target, then you have to, even if you're tired for that month, you still have to go live because you have to do your part that Twitch wants you to do so you can stay partnered. But as a creator that isn't partnered, it's a lot easier for you because you don't have to go live when Twitch wants you to. You can go live on your own terms. Well, I think if you're partnered, there's a certain goal for the month that Twitch wants you to live stream for. There's a certain amount of hours that you're meant to live stream for if you are partnered on this website, I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that because I've never been partnered. I could just be talking about something that I know nothing about. I don't know. But yeah, there's different levels of having fun. Even for smaller creators who know that they're not going to get a view on that video that they're going to put out, but they're putting so much work for so little, that sometimes they think, what is the point of this? And then some days they might be like, I'm having so much fun getting this video edited and trying to get it out for an audience that I don't have. It's like sometimes it's fun and sometimes it can be tedious. It depends on your current move and how exhausted you are. That's what I'm trying to say, but my Pepega brain almost said excited.
Snacks, restaurants, all of this. So obviously that's going to take a large toll on a person, and I don't think this tweet was meant to say, hey, I'm complaining or something. I think it's just to tell his fans how hard he's actually been working. Show him your beast to prove him wrong. I agree with that one. Show him your beast, Jimmy. Here we have Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers saying, I don't see how you can pound your chest this hard when you're also uploading FNAF/kid gameplay content for kids. This said, I think Jack's always been level-headed, but there's a lot of bad trends on the platform. Mr. Beast's brand of content, which is very replicated on the platform, isn't as harmful as being implied. His passion, as is always stated, has been to maximize metrics, and he's clearly killing it. YouTube was a platform where, since its inception, every creator has attempted to maximize their following as well. It's a weird take. Yeah, there's two types of YouTubers. There's YouTubers who care about views, and then there's YouTubers who care about views but lie and pretend they don't, okay?
Exactly, bruh. Everybody cares about viewers because that's a big part of YouTube, doing YouTube and Twitch. It's very demotivating turning around in my chair, looking at my second screen over there, and seeing, oh, the only viewer is myself. Yes, that can be demotivating, but I'm having fun just sitting here watching this video and talking some shit. So therefore, I'm not going to terminate the live stream until this video is done and I've got nothing else to watch.
I would say people like PewDiePie probably don't care anymore because they're like retired. Obviously they do care to some extent. Of course, you do care a bit, but I think some people are definitely checked out. Now, I don't think Jack was trying to be like super mean to Mr. Beast or anything. He was playing a game, a stupid lie detector game, and he was being a little bit too honest. I think Mr. Beast also definitely overreacted just a little bit, saying that, oh, this is insanely disrespectful to me. Like, Jack's not the type of guy to, willingly start beef like this. Jack is obviously just a little bit upset that, he might be seeing a bunch of hyper-edited content when, if you don't know how Jack got his start and how Jack posts his videos, majority of them used to be just, gameplay videos, raw gameplay videos, and he'd post like 2 videos a day for almost like 5 years-ish, and now, I don't know, 10 or something. So he's definitely a fan of like the raw style of content. I think the point Jack was trying to make is how people were working on maximizing their followers base. Before Mr. Beast, it was about constant uploads and interacting with fan base, and now it's more about min-maxing, gathering views to get that sweet ad revenue. I think it's always been about min-maxing. I just think Mr. Beast has found the easiest way to do it, and he's just told everyone how to do it. So everybody's just like, alright, well, just gotta do this. Here we got that Denver guy saying, never thought I'd see a long-time YouTuber so blatantly blame one creator for ruining YouTube, especially Mr. Beast. What Jack doesn't realize is that the optimization, the hard work, the limit pushing is what is fun to so many creators. Back in the day, YouTubers would just play a popular game and people would watch. We're long past that now, and arguably gladly so. I respect everything Jacksepticeye has done, but fun is different to all of us, and some of us enjoy the puzzle side of YouTube, maximizing metrics, and trying to be the absolute best like Mr. Beast has been able to achieve. Just not a fan of this, and it's unnecessary in my opinion. And Lemon over here says, since when are we at...
Let's just break this down. Never thought I'd see a long time YouTuber, blah 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 blah. limit pushing is what is fun to so many creators, and yeah, some people get a kick out of pushing their limits and working so hard on a video that it makes them so exhausted that they begin to fucking hate it a little bit, but then they go to sleep, they wake up and they're pumped up to limit push again and again and again for days until the video is done, and then they can be like, phew, we've worked hard boys, give yourself a round of applause. And if there's any girls there, and girls, I know I have love for you too, give yourself a round of applause, man. Any human out there, give yourself a round of applause for getting this video done and helping me out with so much shit that needed helping, because I think he has a whole crew to help him out. So probably at the end of the recording process and after he's pushed his final limit and he's got that video done, he's just like praising his crew for helping him every step of the way to make this video possible. So yeah, some people love limit pushing. That's why some people go to the gym, because pushing their limit to make themselves like even more in shape is what is fun to so many people who go to the gym. That's why I don't go to the gym, because I am allergic to limit pushing. Any little thing that is hard to me, I just literally be like, I'm not interested, I'm going to just go and jerk off, because that's easy life and happy me.
Just not a fan of this, and it's unnecessary in my opinion. Employment over here says, since when are we acting like 99.9% of the Let's Play genre is in low effort dog shit for money? And sorry to burst your bubble, Jack, but top level YouTubers have been profit driven since Ray William Johnson 13 years ago. To blame Mr. Beast for corporatizing YouTube is idiotic.
Exactly, bro. Since when are we acting like 9% of the, that's a lot of nines by the way, of the Let's Play genre isn't low effort content? That is true, and yes, I'm not going to call it dog shit because my videos are low effort for money. I don't make money off of it, so it's not entirely for money, but because for so many creators, YouTube is meant to be is considered an easy thing to do. It's our hobbies before it is our job at the end of the day. So therefore, putting not as much effort in as Mr. Beast is quite common on the internet. There's quite common to do reaction videos, it's quite common to do gameplay videos, because that is low effort. All you have to do is do what you normally do, and that's what people like me like doing. But in terms of Jacksepticeye doing these Let's Play videos, he does it for money, so therefore he's just pretending that he's not doing it for money when he actually is, and he's now shit talking for somebody for doing that same thing that he's been doing for years, and that is wanting money and viewers. Like, if you didn't want viewers, what are you doing uploading to the fucking internet? Just have that video left in your phone. Just leave it in your phone or on your computer and just watch it back and be your own viewer if you don't want any viewers. But everybody wants viewers and everybody wants money for the best job ever, and that is doing YouTube, because you can put so much effort like Mr. Beast in a YouTube video, or you can do low effort content if you want to keep it as your hobby, or if you want to keep it as your kind of like fun job to do. Because if you want to keep your job fun, you do low effort content. If you want to make your job hard, you do Mr. Beast type content, which you will look to push your limit. So yeah, that is why you shouldn't shit talk people on the internet, because if you're doing low effort content, or if you're not doing like, if you're not putting in like as many days, if you're not filming every single day, doing something physical every single day, then it is low effort content, and it's something that anybody can do, which is gaming or watching videos. But that is what makes this hobby so fun, is because you can put low effort into it. But he literally said that's what Jacksepticeye does. He plays games and he's pretending that he doesn't do it for money, which is far from the truth. So yeah, hence why I said when I was watching Jacksepticeye earlier, says you, because we all know that you make money from AdSense.
I will definitely say it is not only Mr. Beast.
Unless he's getting
only
demonetized.
Mr. Beast that did this. No one person can absolutely change everything like this. It's definitely just a general wave, a general evolution. Now, Ethan Klein from Ace Productions has written another essay here responding to Jimmy. He's wrong for that, Jimmy, and no disrespect to Jacksepticeye. He's a nice guy by all accounts. But he said spent majority of his career power posting 2 Let's Plays per day. You don't post that hard unless you're trying to make a lot of money, let's be real. Well, not necessarily. Some people just like posting videos, man. And,
That is true. When I first started YouTube, I wasn't posting that much, but it gradually became a ridiculous amount of posting that I was doing. And the reason for my spam uploads is because I literally had so much fun doing a YouTube video, and I didn't think about money at the time. I was literally just thinking about just post my whole life on the internet. Why not? What could go wrong? Of course, nothing. So that's what I was literally doing, just spam uploading gameplay after gameplay, because videos, it's not like live streaming where you just show it all in one sitting. Videos, you record, you only have so much storage on your phone or on your computer. You can't where live streaming, it takes no storage just to press the go live button, because it's all stored onto the website. Where if it's recording, you only can record up to so many hours before your storage pops up and be like, you got no more storage, player, and then you have to press OK and go and free up some more space. So yeah, that's why I used to spam upload, because I used to post one video, delete that video off my hardware just so it would free up space, and then start recording another video. And for me at that time, it was fun. But would I do it nowadays? I don't spam upload nowadays because I live stream, and if I'm not live streaming, I'm not posting anywhere on the website unless I'm going out my way to try and make a video where I want to edit and I want to literally put in effort in. Unless I'm doing that, and nowadays I don't want to, because I like doing low effort content and dog shit content like someone put on here. I like the easy road of just going live, doing the live stream, and then clicking the end stream button and literally using the Twitch tool to cut down my highlights and then posting them over on my YouTube channels, which I've got 2 YouTube channels. So for me, I don't spam upload because I think one time when I did used to spam upload, I got told off by YouTube for spamming too much. I'm pretty sure there was a time where they literally told me to stop uploading because I was spamming so much, and they thought it was like I think I was spamming so much that it was against their terms of service, because I think they have a terms of service against spamming. So I got warned for spamming so many videos in one day. But there's so many hours in one day, and if I'm constantly playing video games for that whole 24 hour, I will post quite a lot of videos if I've got limited storage. Makes you kind of grateful for live streaming, because you don't need to spam upload, you just go live and then it's all there in one sitting. So yeah.
Dude, you post
Let's
Let's
carry on
Plays,
with this
not
video.
exactly the pinnacle of artist history and effort. And this revolutionary history of a utopian YouTube where no one cared about views and everyone was having fun all the time is total BS. I don't think so. I think back in the day, it was a different time. You could post gameplay videos, and those would get 1 million views. Now you pretty much cannot do that unless you're already like an established big YouTuber. So the landscape has definitely changed, and you need to put in way more effort now, which is sort of a bad thing, sort of a good thing. It's harder for new creators to get in, but it's also annoying for lazy people like me who are just trying to who want to make some gameplay videos, you know? The only difference between now and then is that Jimmy has absolutely dominated the space in a way nobody has ever done before, making content no one has ever made before. Actually, maybe the first time in YouTube history where the #1 person is also making the best content. That's subjective. No, I can tell you, like, there's probably 1 million people who would agree that Mr. Beast is not making the best content, okay? It is the most invested content, is the most eyeballs on it. Doesn't mean it's the best, you know? Also, a rising tide lifts all boats. He's doing more for the platform, legitimizing YouTubers than anyone before. Jack, if you haven't heard...
But saying that someone's making the best content just because they've got so much viewers, yeah, like you said, it's subjective. There's people like me, Jacksepticeye, that content isn't for, and that is entirely okay. But when I watch XQC, watch Mr. Beast sometimes, I do get invested in some of his videos, and that is because it's a very well made video. But would I watch him by myself in my room? No, because it's not something that I would watch without XQC's reaction in the corner. And sometimes his classic reaction is just this. Ah, classic XQC, just his chair. The chair's reacting and not him, because he's gone for some food, or he's gone for a shit, or he's gone for a piss, or he's gone for some drink, something to drink. So yeah, that I like watching XQC's chair more than I like watching him.
Fun on YouTube.
But when it comes to Mr. Beast, he does react. He does react to the video sometimes. Sometimes there's a long space where he allows us to just watch the video. He's not like me where I'm constantly blabbering on about a single video and making my videos 1 hour fucking long because I can't shut the fuck up. No, sometimes there is that dead space within his streams where he doesn't talk, and that gives me like a time to watch Mr. Beast to see if the content is anything on my liking. And sometimes his last video, I did like it. It was quite a cool video. The one that I watched, the one before that, I don't think I liked that one. I think it was the one before that one that I liked. So I haven't really watched too many XQCs reacting to Mr. Beast moments, but there's been like 2 that I did like that he watched of Mr. Beast's video, and 1 that I didn't like, and I've only kind of seen Mr. Beast's video about 3 times apart from Squid Games. So I've watched 4 videos in total, and I watched the Squid Games one by myself because I never heard of Mr. Beast at that time. So I gave his content a watch because I was seeing this guy literally in adverts. So I got curious and I thought, who the fuck is Mr. Beast? So I typed it in, watched his Squid Games, and I really enjoyed it. But then I watched another one of his videos that I didn't enjoy, so that is why I'm not a Mr. Beast fan, because there's a lot more videos of his that I don't enjoy than I like to watch. I'm pretty sure. But I'm 2 in 1 at the moment from his recent uploads. Maybe in the future I'll be a Mr. Beast fan, who knows, but as of right now, his content, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not my cup of tea. But I don't think Mr. Beast as a YouTuber has won me over just yet. I need to watch a few more XQC streams before I become a Mr. Beast fanboy and defending him against people like Jacksepticeye. But until that day comes, I am not a Mr. Beast fanboy, but the future, your taste changes as time goes on, or the YouTuber makes something that you actually want to invest your time to watch. Who knows what the future holds, but as of right now, I'm not a Mr. Beast fan, but that could change in a few years from now, or next year. This year I might not like Mr. Beast content, and next year I might be watching every single video of his. But I'm just about getting introduced to him by XQC, because I'm someone that will not watch someone just because they're popular, because I don't like overrated stuff. So I don't listen to Eminem, I listen to Tom MacDonald and Tech9 and things that a lot of people haven't heard of, like underground rappers that are just coming up in the game, like Mass of Man and JTEKZ. Yeah, so I'm somebody that isn't too big on things that everybody else likes. I'm a weirdo, so I like things that nobody knows exist. Kind of like my own content. So that's why I like my own content, because nobody knows that I exist. When I get too mainstream is the day that I hate myself.
I'd recommend looking inward. He just said he's having the best time of his life. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy's like Hassan's best friend, so I can't fucking take him seriously. Anyways, who cares? Just watch what you want, man. Actually, nobody cares. Just
exactly.
Move on.
Exactly. I choose not to watch Mr. Beast unless someone else is watching him, and then I'm just there for the reaction. But that's just, I watch so many different things that if I watch Mr. Beast my head would explode, because I watch too many channels as it is. I watch loads of documentaries. I literally watch people getting arrested, but that's not one of my YouTube channels that I like to watch. I watch Penguin Zero. I literally watch so much on YouTube that I'm not going to add something that I don't really want to watch. Like, I don't really like watching Mr. Beast, and that's okay. I like some of his videos, and maybe in the future, maybe I'll become a Mr. Beast fan, like I say, but as of right now, I'm a documentary kind of guy. So if Mr. Beast started coming out with documentaries tomorrow, there's a pretty good chance that I'll turn into a Mr. Beast fanboy and literally hopping onto Twitter just to be like, screw you Jacksepticeye. But as of right now, I'm not a fanboy of anybody apart from myself. I'm my own #1 fan. Uploading one video sent this YouTuber to prison. That is fucking interesting, my dude. Patrick CC. How the most hated man in comedy lost everything, don't care. I don't like blood. Why do you have blood on your channel? 19 minutes 37 seconds. People are uploading as we speak.
And on a cold and wet Tuesday night, who you got? Willie of Hill, it's who you play with.
On December 23rd. Oh, I've heard stories of this guy. Didn't he literally purposefully crash his plane and jump out of his plane because he's a dumbass pilot and he should have never got his pilot license? I think that's this guy. Tony Khan said this about CM Punk. Oh yeah, CM Punk got fired from AEW. Rip Bozo, you were an asshole anyway. Apparently, he plays this role as locker room leader. He's a locker room bellend. Oh, roasted CM Punk. Who's in my chat right now? The fear-mongering news is aliens are taking over and Asian hornets are invading the UK, and they apparently have the worst sting ever compared to a paper wasp, which I've been getting in my household. Apparently their stings are so painful that it feels like getting electrocuted. I've read up on this shit, but I'm no expert, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because I'm no rocket scientist. I'm just a dumbass that thinks that he knows what's going on in the world, but he actually doesn't. And there was a story about oh yeah, huge spiders are going to start crawling into people's households because the weather is getting hotter and hotter, I guess. I don't know, but they said that there's going to be giant spiders coming into people's households and breaking into people's houses pretty much soon in the UK. So if I find a big ass spider, whether it's on stream or not, I'm literally never coming into this room ever again. So this might, if I see a big ass spider on stream or before I go to sleep tonight, I will literally run away from this room and start sleeping from the living room, and I will never come back onto Twitch ever again or onto YouTube ever again, because I do not fucks with spiders. Spiders, they are the most ugliest things since I got born, or since I was born. Yeah, there's aliens in London, bro. Like, apparently, according to sources. But I've got good news, because apparently, well, not apparently, but I live in such a small town that nobody knows where the fuck it is. So what are the odds that aliens are going to be knocking on my door anytime soon? And if they do, I'll just offer them a cup of tea and hope that they don't kill me. But apparently aliens are going to wipe out human specimens as a whole. The whole of humanity is about to get wiped out by aliens. They are coming for your ass. You better hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide yourself, because they will come hard as fuck. And I just hope that they probe me, but they don't literally take me apart and look underneath my hood, because if they do that, I'd pretty much be dead. So yeah, I hope they don't kill me. I hope they just stick their finger in and do some butt stuff with me. That's what I hope from aliens. But I need another water. I'm back. No shot. Yes, they'll have their shot with you in bed, bro. These aliens will literally stick it in while you're sleeping, bro. So you better sleep with one eye open. But anyway, I told you I don't just drink Pepsi. This is Fanta. Fanta orange. Is it orange? Yes, it is. It's not lemon. I thought it was lemon for a second. Right, this dickhead that fucking literally jumped out of a plane and should get his pilot license taken away from him soon, because he's a dumbass who literally thinks to have his viral moment by crashing his plane into somebody. I'm relieved that it didn't come after my house, because like if it hit my house it would have smacked me across the face and might have beheaded me. So yeah, this guy, big dumbass, that could have hit me, bro. That plane could have. You're lucky, otherwise I would have beat your ass in heaven. My ghost would have friggin' come to your prison cell and would have been your inmate, your your prison mate, your jail mate. And you know what happens in jail? Some unspeakable shit happens. Butt stuff. And then once I'm done with the butt stuff, because you murdered me, I will murder you as well. An eye for an eye. Motherfucker, don't you thumb me up, man. Friggin' jumping out of planes like a fucking idiot. You need to get your pilot license taken away from you, young man.
On December 23rd, 2021, YouTuber Trevor Jacob uploaded this video called "I Crashed My Airplane."
This is why I don't trust bold people. I don't trust Andrew Tate, because they always do some stupid shit, man.
The video starts with Trevor holding his best friend's ashes in a Ziploc baggie. His plan was to fly this plane from Lompoc City Airport in Southern California to Mammoth Lakes, California, to snowboard, paraglide, and spread his friend's ashes in honor of his adventure-filled lifestyle. However, this plane did not make it to Mammoth Lakes. It crashed into the Sierra Nevada mountains after Trevor ejected himself from the side door. Luckily, Trevor survived and secured the footage to be able to tell us this incredible story. What he didn't
Luckily he survived, bro. It would have been his own fault if he fucking didn't.
realize is that this video was the main source of evidence that the federal government used to put him in prison. Most people are smart enough to know that they shouldn't film themselves committing a crime, but this wasn't even the first time Trevor's videos landed him in jail. Trevor's very first photo on Instagram is a picture of him train hopping in East Ohio. This photo was taken in 2012, while Trevor was filming his journey to skateboard across America, starting in New York City and trying to make it all the way back to Los Angeles. The only way he would be able to get to a new city is by hitchhiking or freight hopping. Like many other train hoppers, Trevor would hide out at the train
I got a question right now. Thanks for going past, car. But I've got a question right now.
Los Angeles. The only way he would be able to...
It's not raining. I don't see any drops of rain on the camera lens or anything on the floor. It looks sunny as fuck. It looks like a hot day because it's fucking California. It's Los Angeles. So what on God's green earth do you need a fucking umbrella for, man?
To get to a new city is by
That just sets the tone of how stupid this moron is.
hitchhiking or freight hopping. Like many other train hoppers, Trevor would hide out at the train yard and wait for the staff's shifts to end. Then he would secretly board a train and ride the rails until they stopped or reached their next destination. They wanted to stop at Woodward, Pennsylvania, a world-class weekend retreat for skateboarding, BMX, scootering, gymnastics, and all other action sports. It was during this trip that Trevor Jacob accidentally made skateboarding history. He landed the world's first double backflip on a skateboard. However, skateboarding legend Danny Way says that this trick is technically not a flip. Way said that it's truly an off-axis frontside 720, adding there's a big difference in the approach and rotation between flipping and spinning off-axis. But Trevor was not able to defend his trick because he was sitting in jail. After Trevor left Woodward, he jumped back on a freight train and headed west. While passing through Alliance, Ohio, the train stopped and some workers discovered him and his buddy Taylor Woods hiding under a tarp on a Norfolk Southern train. They were arrested for railroad vandalism and criminal trespassing. After spending 2 nights in the Stark County Jail, they got out and jumped right back on another train, and another, until he finally made it back home. This particular trip was not the first, nor the last time Trevor train hopped.
I can't tell you not to freight train hop, but if you do, don't film it and don't put it online. It's way more hassle than it's worth. But they've actually forced me to delete 99% of the videos that I've had on there. Court ordered.
He doesn't do this because he is homeless with no money. Train hopping is more of a way of life, a rebellious act of defiance and pursuit of freedom, performed by punks who are typically not looking for work nor interested in being a part of society. However, it was this exact lifestyle that earned Trevor a career working for Travis Pastrana's Nitro Circus. Nitro Circus is an action sport collective that travels the country doing live events performing stunts for large stadiums of fans. This was created by Travis Pastrana, professional motorsports competitor and stunt performer. Travis invited Trevor to be a part of the Nitro Circus team from 2013 to 2014. Trevor spent a lot of time with the collective. He also helped Travis film his movie, Action Figures. This was an energy-packed, high-octane film filmed with the craziest stunts performed by the most badass dudes on the planet. Trevor Daniel fit the bill as someone who can pretty much do anything. Skateboard, BMX, snowboard, skydive, dirt bike, you name it, Trevor can do it.
Bro, I can't even do one of those things, bro. This guy's multi-talented, but friggin' skydiving, that's what was his curse of life, because he decided to skydive out of a fucking plane when he was a pilot, bro. Making the plane crash into almost me. It was so close to my house, bro.
He wasn't too interested in traditional sports like basketball or football, but I am. And with the NFL season about to start, Underdog Fantasy is the easiest way to play fantasy sports. Underdog now has Week 1 NFL projections live. It's easy to get in on the action with their Pick'em game. All you have to do is pick whether your players will have a higher or lower stat for Week 1 of the NFL season to win big. Pick between 2 and
I don't even know if this is a fucking advert or part of the fucking video.
Players to build a pick'em entry, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. Underdog is available in 40 states and Canada, including California, Texas, and Florida. So for Week 1 of the NFL season, I got Aaron Jones going higher than 46.5 rushing yards. I am a Giants fan, so for Daniel Jones, I got him going higher.
Bro, he's a fan of the same football team that I'm a fan of. I love New York Giants, and I love New York Rangers, and I love New York... Is it offensive to call them the Yankees? I think it's a baseball team, so yeah. I'm a fan of everything New York apart from the New York Jets, because they're rivals with the New York Giants, so yeah. I know my baseball and football and basketball, bruh. Was it basketball? No. New York Rangers is ice hockey, yeah.
209.5 passing yards, and for Aaron Rodgers, I got him going lower than 253.5 passing yards. I'll throw $200 at it for a max possible payout of $1,200. Sign up on
Bro, this is gambling, bro. I do not promote that, bro.
Fantasy.com or via the App Store with my code PatrickCC. You can also use the link in the description.
Oh, so this was a fucking advert. I'm fucking stupid, bro. Mr. Patrick CC, you promoting gambling to a kid. Yes, I'm 2 years old right now, and you've just promoted gambling to me, making me go to that website and fork away so many millions because I'm a millionaire 2-year-old, bro. So therefore, you've just committed a crime because you taught kids how to gamble. How does that make you feel? FBI, get this man.
Or scan the QR code, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PatrickCC.
Fuck
They're also
you,
giving you a special free pick for Week 1 of the NFL season. All Justin Herbert needs to do is have 1 yard to win. This is the easiest way to make money on Underdog, so make sure you sign up by September 9th using my code PatrickCC today to take advantage and win some money.
No.
Seeing some commercial success.
Bro, I'm no longer a fan of Patrick CC. He promotes gambling to kids, bro. I'm offended right now because I'm a 2-year-old that can't gamble, bro. And yeah, I don't condone gambling. If you gamble, then your penis shrinks at least 10 inches every time that you gamble. So do not gamble and remain with a big penis today for not gambling your money away.
Success through action sports inspired Trevor to get back into his first passion, snowboarding, as he was about to qualify for the 2014 Olympics in Sochi, Russia. Trevor grew up on a ski resort in Mammoth Lakes, California. His father owned a baseless binding company that would supply local shops. Trevor spent his entire youth shredding the mountains and busting out insane tricks. At age 7, he won 3 gold...
I bust out insane tricks too, just not with a snowboard. I do it with something else, my joystick, which is connected to a controller. I think it's called an analog stick, the correct term, but I don't know. I will carry on calling it a joystick because that's what old people used to call it back in 1907. Back before I was born. 1907? Yeah, I was born like late 19s, so yeah, before I was born.
Gold medals in the USASA Nationals. At 13, he became the youngest halfpipe finalist ever at the US Open of Snowboarding. By age 16, he secured a cover of Snowboarder magazine in August and September of 2010, landing himself a Nike 6.0 and Oakley sponsorship.
Just like your advert, I'm looking for who the fuck asked.
He was a snowboarding prodigy. From 2010 to 2012, he placed top 5 in various Dew Tour and Grand Prix snowboarding events. In including a first place in halfpipe at the Burton AM Series. But Trevor could not fully commit to one sport. Snowboarding wasn't even his passion. He just grew up on a mountain and didn't have much else to do, and knew that he was really good at it. Not to mention the countless injuries. He claims to have had suffered...
That's why I started doing Twitch, is because I noticed how good I am at it.
25 concussions from taking massive slams on his board. In 2012, he simply quit and embarked on his train hopping / skateboarding across America journey. After this trip, he ran into his former snowboarding coach, Mike Jankowski, who had connections so Trevor could train with the men's USA snowboard team. But Trevor wanted to try a new event, Border Cross, which is a downhill racing event with twists, turns, and jumps to test a snowboarder's board control. At that camp, Jacob was wild, rough around the edges, and didn't fit in with everyone on the team. Many of the riders felt like he didn't deserve to be there. However, on his first official event, Grand Prix from the Canyons Resort in Utah, he secured a first-place victory. From there...
Wait, there's snow in Utah? I thought it was like a desert. I thought it had loads of friggin' sun, bruh. But that's because I only watched a news video of a house in a desert that was in Utah, which is weird because it was also in Washington. It was in Washington, Utah. That story where that mother like literally abused her kids for, I guess, YouTube.
He struggled in future events, but came through when it mattered the most. He won his first World Cup race in Valnerd, Andorra, and was the second US man named to represent the Olympics.
He's won more World Cups than England has at any sport. Ha ha ha, that's a funny thing, but sad at the same time.
Big team.
And I couldn't really believe it. I just kind of dropped in and we wanted to see what would happen. I got down first and here we are. I'm so excited.
Trevor Jacobs went from child prodigy to train hopping to Nitro Circus and now the Olympics. He proudly represented his country in Sochi, Russia. Unfortunately, he needed a top 8 placement to make it to the SBX finals, and he got 9th, missing his chance to race for a medal by inches. To make matters worse, the next year, his best friend and adventurer Johnny Strange sadly passed away during a base jumping accident. Johnny lived a very similar action-packed nomadic lifestyle. He became the youngest person to climb the 7 summits, which are the highest mountains in each of the 7 continents. Johnny studied what was called the base jump death list, and he would meticulously analyze everything that went wrong with other base jumpers. Sadly, he would find himself on that list on September 28, 2015. Johnny base jumped off the alpine peak of Mount Gishen in Switzerland. To put it simply, he was just unlucky that day. A combination of an unlucky jump and an unpredictable gust of wind had him plummet downwards too fast, sending him straight into the mountain, dying on impact. Johnny's passing destroyed Trevor. He struggled with depression for many years, but it didn't make him afraid of action sports. It actually made Trevor want to live a more risky and more ambitious lifestyle in honor of his friend. He quit all professional sports by 2016 and lacked consistency in his life from there. You wouldn't be able to tell now because he deleted most of his YouTube catalog, but he was uploading very consistently at one point. His freight train hopping videos were among some of the most popular. For many years, he just maintained his relationship with the Nitro Circus crew. He participated in Travis's second movie, Action Figures 2, and would work on and off whenever he needed money. He was always down to do wild and crazy stunts, but he lived his life chasing his next adrenaline high.
I wonder why they blurred that part of the video. Did his penis come out of his shorts like I Show Speed?
This is common for hardcore action sports athletes or rock climbers.
Or was it very close to him getting hit by a car, or did he get hit by a car? Very good questions.
Devils, or some general outdoorsy people. They spend just enough time within society to make enough money for food, minor...
Who knows why he blurred that part out, but that will forever remain a mystery. Either he got hit by a car that day, or I don't know, it was in the middle of a road. I don't think he would have shown his penis in the middle of a road.
Expenses and travel.
That's forever going to remain a mystery in my brain.
As much time as they possibly can outdoors doing what they love. This clip pretty much summarizes.
That was weird how it got blurred out, but I'll move on. I'll move on. I'll get over the fact that I just saw something blurred and I don't understand why.
Trevor's mentality towards life.
We're human beings. We have the opportunity to lift up, and we can go north, we can go west, we can go east, we can go south, we can go any direction.
I'd rather stay here, mate. I'd rather stay here.
When we want. If you want to change your life, you're not happy with your life right now, you can, and you have the opportunity and the power to change it right now.
Typically those who lead these...
I don't want to change my life. I want to just stay here. Yeah, I don't want to change, go south, north, west or east, because I never eat shredded wheat. You ever heard of that saying? Never go north, south or east or west. So you should always just stay inside. Be more like me. Stay out of trouble.
Nomadic lifestyles struggle to maintain relationships or structure. At any point, they will just up and leave, or make a drastic change to make themselves feel better. Sometimes, when thinking that selfishly, you forget how that affects the people around you.
So children won't copy, that's why it's blurred. Ah, okay. So it was blurred, so children won't copy it.
And one day,
makes
Trevor
sense.
would make a
Thank
selfish
you.
decision so dangerous that it landed him in prison for multiple years. The video titled "I Crashed My Plane" was uploaded on December 23rd, 2021, but the actual crash took place 1 month prior. On November 24th, 2021, Trevor Daniel Jacob arrived at the Lompoc airport with his best friend Johnny Strange's ashes in a Ziploc baggie. He wants to take his friend's ashes to his favorite mountain and spread them in his honor. He also mentions that the YouTube video he is filming is sponsored by Ridge Wallet. Around 9:30 a.m., Trevor Jacob takes off in his single-engine Taylorcraft.
Once he did this fucking video, he wasn't sponsored anymore. They friggin' terminated that contract really quick, man.
To BL-65, an aircraft in poor condition that he purchased for very cheap from its previous owner. He reportedly attempted to work on the aircraft himself, despite not being a licensed aircraft engineer or mechanic, which is illegal. Trevor also has a parachute.
Oh, so he was already operating an illegal vehicle because he built it himself. Ah, bruh. So he was bad from the start, and he will remain bad for the rest of his life, because everybody hates him for this stunt right here, right now.
Designed for skydiving strapped to his back. Pilots do not usually carry parachutes, let alone these ones. In the cockpit, a fuel line can be seen attached to the fuel selector, not plugged into the wing, a result of his shoddy work on the aircraft. At around 10 a.m., he is flying at an altitude of 10,000 feet when he says that his engine fails.
Holy I'm over the mountains and I get out of the engine now.
But before he even says that his engine fails, his door is open, and he had already been looking down for a minute or so instead of trying to assess the problem inside of the cockpit. He begins pulling the yoke to slow down the plane and stop the propellers from spinning. Every aviation expert has said that this is the exact opposite of what you would want to do in this situation, and takes a considerable amount of effort to actually stop them from spinning. Normally, the protocol for a pilot to follow during an engine failure is to angle the plane for optimal speed to glide through the air for as long as possible, and during that glide time, search for a place to land safely. Trevor does neither of these and instead stops the propellers. Why? The only explanation would be for dramatic effect. There are also several visible safe places to land his aircraft, which is designed for off-field landings. But it seems as if he never tried to handle the problem in the cockpit. Instead, he immediately decided to grab his GoPro, jump out of the plane, and parachute to safety. Falling in the sky, he has a choice to make. Does he float to safety in civilization near the valley, or does he land in the dense brush on the mountainside to retrieve his GoPros? Instead of maximizing his chances of survival, he decided to land in the bushes to retrieve the footage. After about a 20-minute walk...
I got to analyze this video. Am I tripping, or didn't he have a hat on? Am I tripping right now? Where is he? Yeah, he had a hat on, so his hat blew off. -1 hat and -1 plane. That is an expensive fucking trip. Not only he has to buy a new plane, but now he has to buy a new hat to go with the plane as well. Man, this guy just can't catch a break. On top of that, he got haters for this video, bro. This guy can't catch a break. And I don't know why I'm looking over there. I should be looking right in front of me where the camera is. But I was talking to my imaginary friend.
In the mountains, Trevor found the aircraft. But the more you analyze the footage, the more unlikely this story seems. After he deploys his parachute, the video cuts between 3 different shots. A shot of Trevor holding the GoPro he jumped with, 2 shots of the plane doing a death spiral from the GoPros that were attached to it, and a shot of the plane from above. But this above shot is incredibly confusing. You can see how much further below he is from the plane. So how did the plane all of a sudden get that far below him? Trevor claims that while he was parachuting, he pulled out his GoPro and filmed the plane as it fell to the earth. Jeff Harris explained that the only possible way Trevor could have gotten this angle is if he jumped out of the plane and moved 4,500 feet horizontally while only losing 800 feet in elevation, which is impossible. Not to mention that these above shots are perfectly stabilized and smooth with the plane in the center, and they rotate on a perfect axis, never dipping in elevation. Under no circumstance would that plane hit the ground before him. He fell for 3,500 feet in what people estimate to be 20 seconds before deploying his parachute. That specific plane is known to glide really well, so the shot of the plane from above would have been impossible unless it was shot by a drone or chase vehicle operated by someone else. Jeff Harris's theory is that Trevor jumped out of the plane, landed safely in the valley, got picked up by his friends, and used that drone footage to locate the plane. Then the next day did another flight and another jump near the crash site to recover the footage and act out an entertaining YouTube video. But the evidence doesn't stop there. As soon as he lands, he struggles for a bit, trying to get himself out of the brush. We get a black screen that says 20 minutes later, and he is now filming with his phone. Then it cuts to GoPro footage without his bag on his back, then back to his phone, then back to his GoPro. Although it's unlikely to have cell service out there, why would you waste phone battery filming when there's a mere chance you could use it to call someone? He says he
Always freaking fly with a parachute.
although he has multiple videos of him flying without a parachute. You can also see
exposed, bro. I always fly with a parachute. No, you don't. Or, as John Cena would say, are you sure about that? And then he'd close it back up, even though he ripped the fucking green screen. I'm pretty sure that's how the meme goes.
that he is carrying a gun. Pilots carrying guns is not typical, unless you are extremely paranoid. But when you are entering the mountains with dangerous animals, it makes sense to carry. So it's almost like he knew he would end up in those mountains. The rest of the video is him just trekking through the mountains miles and miles away from civilization. But only 7 hours went by and somehow farmers located him. These farmers just happened to be driving through the mountains, off-road, and they were wearing all black and skateboard shoes. The video ends with Trevor completing his mission of spreading his friend's ashes on the top of his favorite mountain to paraglide. After Trevor posted this video, immediately
By what's his name, Johnny Strange? I will see you when I go over there and a gust of wind blows you into my fucking eyes, bro. I hate it when there's gust of wind because you always get that dust that friggin' hits you in the eyes, bro. So if I ever go there, his ashes will friggin' be all over my face and into my eyes. I don't appreciate people who throw ashes away because it's a harder life for people who are trying to go outside like me. I haven't been outside in years, but that's a fucking different story. Moral of the story is, if I ever go to that state, now I'm gonna have Johnny Strange in my eyes, bro. And that shit friggin' hurts, bro.
pilot and aviation expert on YouTube assessed it and gave their thoughts. All of them agreed that based on this footage, Trevor did nothing to try and save that aircraft and most likely had full intention of jumping out of that plane while letting it crash on purpose. And it turns out, they were right. On November 26, 2021, Jacob informed the National Transport Safety Board about the plane crash, 2 days after it happened. The NTSB immediately launched an investigation. The Federal Aviation Association also began an investigation. He was told he was responsible for preserving the wreckage so that they could analyze it. These investigations are extremely important so the professionals can learn what happened so that it doesn't happen to anyone else. However, in early December, Trevor lied to...
Give me a second. I'll be back. Right, let's get through
26,
this.
2021, Jacob informed the National Transport Safety Board about the plane crash 2 days after it happened. The NTSB immediately launched
I missed so
an
much
investigation.
information about
The
this.
Federal Aviation Association also began an investigation. He was told he was responsible for preserving the wreckage so that they could analyze it. These investigations are extremely important so the professionals can learn what happened so that it doesn't happen to anyone else. However, in early December, Trevor lied to investigators and said that he did not know the wreckage's location. He was dumb enough to post a YouTube video proving he did in fact know where the wreckage's location was. On April 1st, 2022, less than 4 months after the video was released, they sent an emergency order to revoke his pilot's license. The FAA determined that Trevor operated this flight to purposely crash, using his YouTube video as the main source of evidence, specifically violating a federal aviation
He
regulation.
fucking exposed himself, and that's what got his pilot's license revoked. What a fucking dumbass, bruh.
Regulation that states no person may operate an aircraft in a careless or reckless manner so as to endanger the life or property of another. Once this news broke, the story was being told on a national level.
To the YouTube daredevil who has now had his pilot's license revoked, the FAA said he intentionally crashed that plane in his viral video. Will Reeve has more.
In response, Trevor posted a video.
He did it for fucking views. So deserved, bro. Everything that happened to him was deserved. I think he got fined for it as well. Yeah, and he spent prison time, as the title suggests. So he got his just desserts for he got what he deserved for crashing a plane on purpose. Like, crashing a plane on purpose is a fucking crime. So at the end of the day, he got what he deserved.
Called "I Lost My Pilot's License," in which he reacted to the news in a very strange way.
I'm sorry if I offended you, but at the end of the day, you're the one that chose to be offended.
I'm the one that chose to be offended because you could have killed somebody with an aircraft, and you literally just crashed a plane on purpose. So yeah, I chose to be offended, but you chose to be a dumbass. So it's kind of like a bit of give and take there. Like, we're both on the same page, aren't we? Like, if I choose to be offended, you chose to fucking crash that airplane. So yeah, that is a thing to get offended by. Because you could have literally, I could have been walking up those mountains and be hit on the chin by a fucking aircraft, bro. And that would have been your fault.
After watching this video, it really proves Trevor is pathetic. He decides to go down the "they were trying to sabotage me" route when it's so obvious that he staged the video. Even though his license was revoked, justice was not served. This investigation was not over. As you can imagine, the USA has extremely...
I would imagine that crashing a car on purpose, it would be against the law. Because it's under the law of dangerous driving, isn't it? So I would imagine that that's what you'd get arrested for if you crashed a car on purpose. Because it's dangerous driving. It could also be like attempted murder with a motor vehicle.
Staged the video. Even though his license was revoked, justice was not served. This investigation was not over. As you can imagine, the USA has extremely strict laws regarding air travel after 9/11. Purposely crashing a plane is a felony, and the federal government started their case against him. In the meantime, Trevor continued to live an adventure-filled life. Base jumping, skydiving. A lot of his videos are now deleted, but he continued to upload ones despite the comment sections absolutely destroying him. In July of 2022, he posted a video titled, "I'm sorry." In this 45-minute rant, Trevor does not apologize. He says that he didn't intend on hurting anyone or making anyone angry.
I didn't think that everyone would perceive it the way that it was perceived. I didn't really know how it was going to get perceived, but I definitely didn't think it was going to make people angry.
He rambles on how he isn't a bad person, but...
Yes, because being stupid with an aircraft doesn't boil people's bloods. Of course it doesn't, bruh. Like, yeah, you expect us not to be angry, but you were a dumbass with an aircraft, bro. You were literally dangerously driving on camera, and that infuriates people, because they think, what if someone was hitchhiking or, like, climbing the mountains, at the time that you decide to slam a fucking plane into them.
The internet made it seem like he is one. Then Vice put out a 20-minute documentary that celebrated Trevor's life. He addressed the allegations there.
Whether I completely did that on purpose or whether it was the scariest, most terrifying accident that was completely not intentional, the world may never know.
The smile on his face tells it all, but we don't need to guess, because...
Yep, the lack of remorse also tells it all. It clearly says, yeah, I'm not sorry for doing this because, like, I'm a jackass and I'm a proud jackass, bro. That's what he's basically saying. He's literally saying, yeah, I did do this on purpose, but I'm not telling anybody, but we already know that you did it on purpose by that fucking grin on your face and the lack of remorse, so fuck you, little guy, bro. This is why I don't like bold people, is because they all seem to be assholes. Like, bold people, if you had a bold teacher in school, he would be the meanest teacher ever. So yeah, I've got a vendetta against bold people.
9 months later, his legal counsel advised him to take a plea agreement, and Trevor finally admitted to his wrongdoings. On May 11th, 2023, Trevor Jacob agreed to plead guilty to a felony charge for obstructing a federal investigation by deliberate...
Because if you plead guilty, it's, I think, less of a prison sentence if you plead guilty. Or is it if you plead not guilty? I don't know, one of those two.
Destroying the wreckage of an airplane that he intentionally crashed. According to the plea agreement, on December 10th, 2021, 2 weeks after the plane crash,
it's the plane he endangered no one. So if somebody was walking up that mountain at that time in that area, and he slammed it into them, killing them, then yeah, you don't know where people are going to be. People are unpredictable. You don't know if they're going to be in the area at the time of him slamming that plane into a mountain or literally crashing it on purpose. You don't know. He has the right to crash the plane. It's something that can kill somebody. Literally, if somebody was in that area, it could have landed on top of them, killing them instantly. You never know if it was populated with people, animals, or anything. Like, animals live in the wild, so there could have been an animal that could have been killed that day. More than likely, in a place like that, a mountain lion would have probably got killed by the airplane if it was in that area and it landed on the animal. So many things that could have gone wrong, and having a right to crash a plane, obviously not because there's laws against it, as this YouTube video clearly shows. That's why he was sent to prison, is because it's against the law. And that's why they took away his pilot license, because it's against the law. It's dangerous driving at the end of the day. It's still a felony whether nobody was around or there was no animals or whatever. It's still an idiotic thing to do. What about daredevils? There's one thing being a daredevil, like trying to do something that takes you out of your comfort zone. It's another thing literally jumping out of a plane and crashing it into a friggin' mountain, and you don't know who or what is in that area at the time. You're just doing it for a online video. Luckily nothing was in that area at the time, but people think about, what if there was this? What if there was like animals around there? Or you gotta think about what if it glided into an actual city? Because apparently that plane, as he explained, is very good at gliding through the air. So you don't know if there was a nearby city over that it could have landed in. It's like when nobody's operating something, it just does what it wants. There's nobody inside it operating it, so the object will do whatever it will do. It doesn't know if there's a target in the way or not, or an unintended target in that area or not. So in my opinion, yeah, you shouldn't do stunts like that, because you can't 100% guarantee nobody or nothing is going to be in that area at that time. It's a possibility of something being in that area, because it's a public place. Anything, at least one person could have been there, could have been climbing a mountain if they was an adventurous person. You just don't know who or what was in that area at the time. And I doubt that he did research and Google told him that nothing was there. And also, you don't know if it's near a city or not, because I don't know that area. I don't know how far that plane could have went, because apparently it's very good at gliding. It's the possibility of it hitting a poor animal, and I think that's what pissed a lot of people off the most, is he could have endangered something around that area that may live there, which he might not have been aware of living in that area. Yeah, it's just a possibility. It's literally that. It's just a possibility. Everything in life is very unpredictable. You don't know where everything or everybody is going to be at any time.
Jacob and a friend flew by the helicopter to the wreckage site. There, Jacob used straps to secure the wreckage, which the helicopter lifted and carried to Rancho Sisqua in Santa Barbara County, where it was loaded onto a trailer attached to Jacob's pickup truck. Jacob then drove the wreckage to Lompoc City Airport and unloaded it in a hangar. He then cut up and destroyed the airplane wreckage, and over the course of a few days deposited the detached plane parts of the wrecked airplane into trash bins at the airport and elsewhere, which he admitted in his plea agreement was done with the intent to obstruct federal authorities from investigating the November 24th plane crash. The press releases have all said that he is facing a maximum of 20 years in prison, but we know plea deals are strategic. If they did a full-on trial and he was found guilty, he might face that maximum, but he is essentially cutting his losses. The minimum sentence is just a few months of probation. Trevor does have a prior criminal record, but ultimately his fate is in the judge's hands. His sentencing will happen within a few weeks from now. If the judge sentences him to more than 24 months, he can appeal. And when we find out, I'll update in the comments what his sentence was. It's unlikely this was all a stunt for a Ridge Wallet sponsorship. Trevor has not been one to ever care about money. His whole life has revolved around documenting his crazy adventurous lifestyle. He genuinely believed that nobody could get hurt, and that abandoning his plane would be the most badass stunt he's ever done. Even though Trevor pleaded guilty, it's pretty obvious he doesn't think he did anything wrong. But he has a lot of time to think about it, because his next big adventure is going to be sitting in a prison cell for many years.
Exactly. Just the arrogance of that man makes me want him to go to prison, bro. Just the arrogance is like, arrogant assholes, I believe there's only one place for them, and that's prison. I saw a video that was fucking clickbait, bro. Right, watch later. I'm gonna just delete some of these videos because I've already watched them. Watching later is now freed up. Let's have a look at what's recently been released. I think I've watched that video. Not interested. Some ordinary gamers yeah, okay. I'll react to when this man is put behind bars. Until then, I don't need to react to that. I'm only interested when this man goes behind bars. How Americans got so weak. Now I'll watch that some other time. I haven't really touched it yet. Will I ever touch it? I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. I actually think that's it. Every single original creepypasta volume 1, bro, I might go and watch that video. I won't watch that on stream, it's fucking really long, and I don't think I'll stay awake for it. I'll probably fall asleep in my bed, to be honest. Just letting it play through. He'll get the click-through rate, but I'll be asleep, little does he know. Tom McDonald's being live tonight. He live for 1. Yeah, I think there's nothing else for me to watch tonight. CM Punk fired, yep. Bro, what the fuck? Oh, it's that video from ages ago. Mr. Krabs sings Billie Jean. Okay, dude. When I'm getting to the silly content, that's when I know there's nothing else on this website for me. Anything on Twitch for the night? Parasocial. Right, I think that's it of the stream. I think my dudes, there's nothing else to do or watch apart from videos that I'll watch off camera because they're either too long for me to watch right now, or yeah, I don't have the attention span. Because I feel like if I watch that tough video 2 hours, I think it was, I'll probably fall asleep in my bed watching that. So yeah, yeah, I think that's pretty much a short but sweet stream. It's 10 o'clock at night, so I'll let you go to bed and do whatever right now. And I'll go and either watch a live stream or a YouTube video. I don't know. I think those YouTube videos, I think I'm all YouTubed out. I think I want to go and watch a stream maybe. Watch a Twitch streamer. Someone like Darion, Mizkiv or somebody like that. Decisions, but I'll make the decision off camera. GG's, yes, GG's.